Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Rise. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions brave, the one falls, steadily the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead beneath the dirt. Or do you know yet? Or do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, or do you know yet? We don't die. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Pick up your weapon and face it.
Hello, everybody! Oh, it didn't change. How dare it not change to where it was supposed to go? There we are! Don't worry about your Twinkies, Jackson. They are safe with me. And joining me on commentary today, we do have Mr. Galloway.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back.
Before we get started too much, there is some news to go through regarding the Phoenix brothers, AJ Phoenix and Quinn Phoenix. Not too long ago, at BPW's May pay-per-view, they unfortunately were injured. And as such, AJ Phoenix will be out for the foreseeable future, and Quinn Phoenix, your currently reigning Ascendant champion, will have one more 24-hour period to decide whether or not he will be vacating the title in favor of someone, or if that title will go to tournament at Blockade on Thursday. The volume of me appears to be a little low. Give me just a moment.
Oh no.
That should be better now. It does not do anything.
We cannot survive without the dulcet tones of Harold.
Need my voice. You need it.
I'll say, okay, there we go. There we go. We're back into the yellow. I know we're good now.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do it. So, due to the fact that there has been an injury, what was intended to be tonight's show opener match, which would have been between Philip Rex and Quinn Phoenix, as Philip tried to succeed in his rematch clause, has been unfortunately canceled out. And instead, the opener for this evening will be the Women's Skyline Championship #1 contender match, which will be a fatal four-way between Jackie Garcia, Carolyn Moore, Ramel Sabin, and Evelyn Devachon.
That is quite the opening contest. Not quite the stakes that we would have liked, but certainly a solid backup.
just a traditional backup.
Right?
What is this one?
It-
What was this one? Like a starburst? What is happening?
Who is WS? Who is asterisk W? Oh, Mr. Gallows. I would not like a starburst. Thank you very much. I appreciate the offer.
Why are my arenas?
Hello, Yami. I can see the chat.
Give me just a moment to troubleshoot something.
That is not good.
Where are my arenas? Hello?
Very strange. Okay.
All right, we found him. Appears that we will be having regular referees tonight. If I annoy you, you can just scream my name like normal. Perfect.
That's what he was going to do anyways.
What do you think of my coal getaway?
Yami is a very interesting character. To be quite honest, it's been a journey watching him from humble beginnings as part of the Saiyans in ACW to being on his own yet again in TCWC, looking to capture, hopefully for him, his first championship here. Quite decorated in ACW, but has not been able to transition it over here.
Hand me a Twinkie. They're safe with me. You don't need them. They're safe.
Should we have Twinkies? What? Why was I not informed? This better not be my pay for tonight.
You weren't. Why'd I speak that so loud? They're safe with me. No one else needs a Twinkie.
But Twinkie.
There is music.
I don't know. Isn't that what your mod is supposed to do?
Is a fatal four-way match.
It shouldn't
Making
have
our
been
way to the
tripping
ring,
people with music.
representing the Outlaws. From Sioux
Is it one of
Falls,
those that, like,
South
if you don't give them custom music, they just don't have music?
Universal Tag Team Champions.
It's
Oh,
adding
so
Sound Guy's
about
having some fun tonight.
We're looking at some of the
he's
most
taking the night off. It's fine. He's on vacation for the night.
No, Kenshin, trust me, I've been troubleshooting things. Bits and pieces are being weird. Mostly it's been fine. Bits and pieces are missing. Like poor Jade got stripped of music, I know, and stuff like that.
Here we go. She is
I mean,
ready.
she
Speaking
got
of
stripped
which,
of a job too, but
yeah,
And her opponents
So sad.
From Buffalo, New York.
There were a lot of rough releases in NXT.
I was so sad about like her and Dakota specifically. Carolyn Moore.
Ring to go up against Jackie Garcia. It is going to be Carolyn Moore.
Carolyn scares me sometimes, I'm not gonna lie.
She's definitely among the more unhinged members of TCWC. Very
That
consistently,
is
you don't
for
know what
certain.
she's doing.
Yeah, that's the fun part about Carolyn is you don't know what she's going to do and if you're going to be the target.
At least we're up on a balcony, so she'd have to climb through the crowd to get to us.
That's very good. Still don't feel 100% safe from her, but I feel much safer than I am sure any of the people she is going to be stepping in the ring with tonight do.
Taco me, Jackson!
Now this competitor.
You're the one who
Evelyn,
brought the tacos. Why do you need the tacos from
Still
me?
walked into the ring with a smile.
If you wanted the tacos, you shouldn't have given them to Harold.
However, one half of the Dynasty's tag team. It is going to be the Duchess, Evelyn Davishon.
Evelyn looking to be one of the few people to win both TCWC Women's Mid-Card Championships. As the inaugural Vanquisher champion, if I remember correctly.
Remember correctly, indeed. But she actually wouldn't be the first one to hold both. And that honor actually goes to Danny Fonseca, who went from Vanquisher Division to the Ascendant Division and won it very quickly.
That is a very good point.
God,
Evelyn
it's a cute spot.
and... Wow, go ahead. Ramel Sabin. An interesting journey she has been on in the last 6 or so months here in the circuit.
And finding a bit more success in the singles competitor than I think I originally anticipated.
I see she has ditched the gold attire.
She has
Kind of
finally
finally separating herself from the memory of high voltage.
has moved on at least temporarily from the memory of high voltage. But I have a slight feeling that if Callie and Ramel ever meet backstage, it's not going to be a pretty sight.
I
There is a
can't
lot
imagine
of
so. And especially Callie's shown quite a different side of her in the last 6 months. She's much more aggressive than I think anyone would have given her credit for beforehand.
Interestingly enough, I would say that their positions have kind of reversed. When they were as a tag team in high voltage, it was Callie who was the slower, more methodical member of the team, with Ramel kind of going off the rails. In this year, however, Callie is, in all of her matches so far, been moving very, very quickly and trying to stay in complete control.
Big boot to Evelyn. Nice little dragon screw by Ramel.
Gets driven into the corner.
Now, this match could go on for quite a while. This is not an elimination fatal four-way.
Pick the legs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ooh, nice
No DQ means
by
no
Evelyn.
mercy. But do some superstars take it too far?
Do you know how hard it is for me to like compliment the Diva Shawns while doing this?
Come on, Mr. Galloway.
That wasn't Mr. Galloway, that was just Domicos.
Jack said, if you're going to be on the table, you must be awake.
I think she still has time to collect herself and get
And
back in
Carolyn
this.
has got Jackie up in the visual ante,
Oh,
fighting
no.
out of that hole. And now got her.
You have to think that Jackie has to be one of, if not the favorite in this match, given her success in both tag and singles competition here.
She's also the only one in this match who has previously held the Skyline Championship. However, it's Evelyn trying to find a quick pin onto Ramel, and Sabin is having none of it.
How do I... Silence bot. I couldn't figure out how to ban him on PC.
I can't do it on mobile.
I need to get used to Twitch on PC, Jesus.
However,
Ooh, big drop kick to the face.
forearm actually takes down Garcia, followed up with a big punch, and she is laid out. Romeldo looking for the pin onto Evelyn. Very quick kick out.
Not even a one count. We have to think the ref having to get into position gave Evelyn the time she needed to kick out of that before the count even started.
I do not envy the referee's setup in this match, though. A lot of bodies in the ring.
Yeah, very hard to keep up with all of the action and just steer clear of it as well. You know these women are not going to be very careful of the referee's positioning.
Especially when one of those women is Carolyn, who might want to attack the ref when strikes her. However, another pin attempt by Evelyn, and almost finding a three.
That was the... fuck, what is her move called? 1, 2... Tour of the Barony.
I didn't even quite
I think is what it's
catch it.
called.
I didn't even quite catch that that was what occurred. That's my bad.
I caught the very end of it.
I saw her go down and was like, excuse me. Big super kick
Big
onto
super kick.
Carolyn.
Ooh, standing frog splash by Ramel.
Tremendous amount of strength on display here.
And a gut shot has landed onto Moore. Currently is going to be Jackie headed up as the Vachon guillotine lands onto Ramel. Jackie quick to break up the pin attempt, but Ramel might be out of this match for quite a while here. And Evelyn, though,
Evelyn made a mistake.
Inexperience showing still onto Evelyn.
I don't even know if that's so much inexperience as it is Evelyn's own ego getting in the way.
Just a little bit of both, and it is a nice elbow drop, but she might be looking for a bit too much right now.
The Devachons both have suffered numerous times due to their egotistical behaviors.
Gallows locked in onto Garcia. Is that going to be it? Garcia broke out very quickly. And Evelyn's been caught yet again. But interrupted is Garcia. Not quite sure what caught her. However, Ramel somehow having the strength to even pick up Carolyn, but there's an end of days.
Big boot
onto Garcia. Evelyn, the only one in here right now that is standing.
Sent to the outside, and this is not going to go good for her. Nice. Ooh,
nice little
tear off the skull.
However, this could very well be it. Sabin's taking a lot of damage, and it will be. Carolyn Moore is your #1 contender. The Selena Shades Skyline Championship.
That was the most Carolyn way to end a match I have ever seen in my life. I'm just going to throw a chair at you and then pin you.
Ramel took so much offense in this match. 8 of his shown guillotine, 8 an end of days. I think the only finisher she didn't eat was a left on the rails by Garcia.
Carolyn versus Selena is a interesting matchup, to say the least. You know, Selena is going to be without one of her biggest weapons against Carolyn, seeing as Carolyn's not one to be susceptible to the mind games that Shade enjoys playing.
At least in the traditional sense.
Oh, I'm sure Selena can still find a way to get under Carolyn's skin, either here or in AAW.
I'm honestly, for Selena, more concerned about her reputation up against powerhouses, especially against the likes of Mother Salem. She has struggled big time. Even if
Might be looking at the next Women's Skyline champion.
And I actually have to stand corrected to myself. This would not be the first time Carolyn held that belt. She has held it for
first.
2 days when she got it off of Jackie Garcia before a pay-per-view.
The Skyline and Capital Championships both had that stretch of time where there was a new champion for a couple of days before the original champion took it back.
It was the same 2 days. And Jackson, you did miss a little something there. You slept through most of that match, which I'm impressed by.
As am I. That was a very good match to start the evening.
However, we have a bit
Harold.
of a trend of a lot of multi-man matches. But what was that, Mr. Galloway?
Should we inform them of tomorrow night?
Yes. Would you like to do the honors?
I shall. Tomorrow night on TCWC's Tussle, it will be solo commentated by yours truly for the very first time.
Mr. Galloway wanted to give me a break because I will be in a match earlier in the day, so I appreciate the time to prepare.
I am very excited to be leading the commentary booth tomorrow night. And I hope to see all of your wonderful faces there.
Hey, Jackson.
Ouch.
How did you almost fall asleep in that match? You broke
He's
my
saying
ribs
you
almost.
He's saying you suck.
If he didn't already have a match.
I mean, I've seen your performances in BWS. They're not that great.
Galloway, you're next to me.
I am aware.
We're on a balcony.
Yes, but you need someone to commentate tomorrow.
This is true. You'll get this one.
I need to poke somebody and tell them to get their ass in chat.
However, next match up, we're going to be taking a visit to the Revolution division. There is going to be a bit of a war for Melee's last spot in that gauntlet, which will be between Damian Morris, Liam O'Neill, and Halil Aydin. Liam will be making his TCWC return here tonight, and Halil's going to be trying to reclaim some lost glory, while Morris tries to fight for his ability to remain in the gauntlet.
This should be a very exciting match to watch. All three of these men with very different styles. And be interesting to see how they go against each other.
I have to say, with how varied the styles are between everyone in this match, there's Damien, who's more of a high flyer, there's Liam, who's more of a brawler, and there's Halil as a technician. Who do you think is going to come out ahead in this match?
That's hard to say. It's really a toss-up. If Halil can ground Damien and slap on holds and kind of wear down the striking ability of Liam, then he certainly has a chance. But if Leon gets his hands on either of them, you have to think they're in for a world of hurt. And Damien's speed is unlike many other cruiserweights.
Jackson, you are next to me as well. Don't try me when I'm at the balcony.
This is just turning into my playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3.
Are you guys ready?
Look, as soon as I learned I could shove people off of things,
The following contest
it was over.
is a triple threat match. Making his
One
way to the ring,
half of
representing
the Prodigies, not only in AAW, but now here in the circuit.
198 pounds.
And they've been really been waiting for a chance to get a tag match. They would have been scheduled to go up against the Phoenix Bros in the near future.
Swagger. Really, Saxton.
But with the injury, they're kind of in a bit of a lull, waiting for a matchup right now.
Which I'm sure neither Damien or Leo will complain about a chance to get singles gold. I
Especially,
believe tonight's main event is Leo Carr's rematch for the Skyline Championship.
indeed it is. I can't imagine Leo wants any distractions when he's going up against Kurt Outlaw for the second time. This time without that belt around his waist.
And here he comes.
You have to wonder if maybe not having the belt will give Leo an advantage he didn't have before, because now he's fighting with nothing to lose.
Istanbul, Turkey, weighing in at 202 pounds. Haley
If this person spent as much time focused on their ring work as they do for standing up for
Now
what they believe in,
trying
and
to
maybe be
make
undefeated.
their
Corey, I think
place
sometimes a person's
known.
courage and character speaks
It
louder
is
than their
going
record.
to be
Show me
Halil
the last time someone got a
Idem.
title match because of their courage and character.
He has been struggling since he debuted late into last season. Struggling to get consistent wins and while only finding bits and pieces of success. Perhaps tonight will be a bit of a different page for him, but we will have to wait and find out.
I'm very excited to see the clash of styles in this match. Fucking what?
from Grace County, Wicklow,
Look at
Iowa,
Automod.
weighing in at 202 pounds. The Bruiser, Leo O'Neal.
I am honestly very excited to see Liam's return to TCWC. He was one of my personal favorites in the cruiserweight division, especially towards the end of last season.
That's really kind of when he started to find a groove for himself. He spent a lot of last season kind of bouncing around, trying to find a spot for himself. But later on into 2024, he suddenly got onto a roll. Consistently making it to the final two and final three of the Revolution Gauntlets with one of Demagost Anderson. Even a shot at the Escalation Championship. But the fact remains that he remains undecorated.
Unfortunately for Liam, he's just not been able to string the wins together that he needs. He's put on great performances, but when the pressure gets that high, he just hasn't been able to rise.
A triple threat match, one fall to a finish between three very
Ooh, Halil with a nice atomic drop counter to the monkey flip. And Damien right off rip, the high flying. Halil attempts his own, and Damien attempts another and misses.
I fall asleep, just yell my name, and I may not slap you. Sorry, I was trying to smack talk for funsies. My bad if that was out of line. What did I miss? What did
I
Auto
don't
Mod?
know.
Coming to a no DQ match with no plan other than to
I
get
see.
Oh,
strategy can
yeah,
play a role in
it's-
this. Now's the time for a
Yeah,
solution
okay.
to get invented, to get creative.
Oh,
when
crap,
they're
I need to-
inflicting damage on their opponents.
Oops.
It looks like he's stalking his prey.
Leo
Only one thing in
setting
mind.
up Liam and gets a
Ooh,
nice
super kick.
super kick. That
And he
was-
just no-selled a chair shot and a punch.
Well, Leo
God,
had
I
a bit
love
of a
you, 2K.
different breed tonight.
Into the ring now.
He does not want to be told no.
Nice little figure four almost.
Reversal. And that turns
Ooh, big elbow to the face.
And Leo being a nice roundhouse in there, and now trying to find offense onto Morris. And Damien
Double underhook
dragged
applied.
up with a
Double underhook
nice.
suplex.
poorly timed offense there.
Oh, went for a guillotine leg drop, it looks like, but fortunately Liam moved out of the way at the last second.
Breaker. Double
Damien
chicken
catches
wing.
Leo from behind.
Gutbuster. Damage is starting to take its toll on him.
Nice. That more of a lumbar or a face buster, depending on where that landed.
I didn't realize I gave him that. God, that would have been a cool signature. Oh, big German suplex into a bridge.
Only
One.
getting that one onto Aiden, though, and off the ropes goes Liam with a nice little drop kick.
For all that we said about their specific styles, Halil and Liam both trying to show off they can fly as well.
Trying to potentially get another leg up that they were lacking last year. Spent the offseason trying to find a bit more tools. But we'll have to see if it pays off or if the more tools means that they became less proficient in their own. But there's a
Spinning back
nice
fist.
elbow.
Oh, that was an elbow. I thought that was a back fist. Oops.
Moonsault actually landing onto Morris, and Liam seeming a little bit spoiled for choice on who he wants to go for. However, got Halil up for a nice rolling
Nice.
cutter.
Ooh,
He stops the pin. This isn't over yet. Turns that away.
Back on the offense
Big
onto Liam,
strikes.
though.
Midsection. Loading up ahead of steam.
almost like these men are trying to one-up each other in their own styles.
It's really what it feels like. However, Aiden now being pinned by Morris.
Ooh, that was a close call.
What's it gonna take to keep this guy down?
Damien going to the top rope, which is where he is the most comfortable.
However, that does not pay off this time. And Liam got both men lined up on the corner.
And just
Hello, King.
watching. Hello, King. Liam, what are you doing, friend? You had the opportunity of a lifetime there.
Oh, double boots.
Damien and Liam with a nice double DDT on the Halil.
I didn't find himself on the wrong side of a lot of offense. However,
Jawbreaker.
I was a stunner or a jawbreaker. Another one of those back elbows landed. Halil is
Oh.
still down.
1, 2. No, Damien with the shoulder up at the last second.
And Liam not even going after Aiden when he is left in the ring. Still going after Morris.
Big
There's no
kendo
punch.
shit.
Good can come from this.
The dragon has been busted.
Collins like this.
Halil
Much
going
for
after
dragon
Liam.
skins.
Lots of dragon's blood on the mat now. Halil just wearing Liam out with that chair. But Liam... Ooh.
Trying to get a 2-for-1, but Aiden just like, what are you
I
doing,
didn't-
man?
No selling everything tonight. This man no-sold a flying chair to the dome.
Man does not care this evening.
Nice monkey flip. Ankle almost hit the edge of the steel steps there, which would have been a very bad feeling.
Gotta say, Liam definitely seems threatened more by Damien, continuing to go
does.
after him.
We have to wonder if it's maybe Damien's speed he doesn't think he can keep up with. So he's trying to keep him grounded as much as possible.
However,
Goodness.
getting set up.
Nice.
Nice.
Tranquilo.
However,
I believe it's Operation
has
Dragon.
the lead.
He's looking to take things to the outside now.
Operation Dragon into an SOS, which is an impressive chain of events. And Khalil back with the chair onto Liam.
Looking for the pin onto O'Neal. Damien is up in the nick of time.
Last second. Big attempt at a super kick misses. But reverses. Oh,
However,
what? Brainbuster.
Buster has landed onto Liam. Damien's outside of the ring. There's one. There's two.
One. There's two. Oh, last second yet again by Damien.
Pass him in the corner.
And O'Neal has to be increasingly
Big
frustrated.
clothesline.
He's gotten so
Everything.
close twice onto Liam.
Honestly, after seeing this match, big sit-out spinebuster.
Nasty. His adrenaline is pumping.
After seeing this match, I think a nice
You can
saga of one-on-one matches between these three men would be fantastic for the future on Melee.
100% agree. There is a
big
big knee, though. And O'Neal's actually taking down both men in quick succession.
Just burying Liam with the taunt and oh, nice! Reverses Damien's attempt at a little possum attack.
Jackson. You can't watch the competition.
That's how you
at
get
the-
suspended.
You can watch the competition when you're not on commentary. Come on, man.
Nice arm breaker into almost a snapmare by Khalil on to Liam onto the chair. And Damien just not able to get offense on.
Exhaustion beginning to play a factor in these pin attempts. And there is another nice rolling
Nice.
cutter.
You have to think in Damien's case, it's also blood loss. Oh, Damien attempting to steal the pin on Khalil.
Is it
One,
going to be enough?
two. Ooh, so close.
Stars can still be moving at this point is beyond the realm of reality.
This is the first time I've heard
Big
tosses.
He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about.
Yeah.
It's much
It's
better
only
than
the, let's No, it's not. Shut up. Only the Damien enjoying throwing weapons, just not having success with them tonight.
At least in that case, I think he unfortunately missed.
Oh, big elevated flatline, and there is blood on Khalil's face as well.
Surprisingly, it's only
Snake eyes.
Liam who remains unbroken open.
Do you think Liam would be one of the first? Ooh, big standing swanton.
Heading to the top rope here.
Damien heading to the top rope.
Way too. Moving into the ring.
And he did something.
I believe that would have been a Phoenix Splash based off of the setup, but I don't know.
I don't either. Liam decided to hog the camera.
Nice
Ooh,
headbutt,
pop-up
though.
headbutt.
Is it going to be enough?
You have to think it might be. No.
Only a 1.5.
Damien showing impressive perseverance, and Liam is now joined the club.
These guys want a spot in that gauntlet. Back.
Oh, nice reversal into a DDT by Damien. This shows how much the Revolution Championship means to all three of these men. To be willing to put their bodies on the line like this.
The end might be looming. He's getting set up.
Big spit out. Oh, but I saw Damien
There is
getting up.
Welcome will be enough.
Liam stealing it at the last second.
Can you throw one wrestler onto another? Yes. And you can throw them into other people as well.
Yes. It's very fun. Hello, Mama Harold.
Listen, I'm a man of many voices. Pass me a soda and pass Galloway one too. You guys were so unprepared.
Water. Thank you. I was prepared this time, unlike last time.
However, Liam, in his return, picking up a win here, and Halil Aydin continues to fall just short.
And we get a nice replay of Liam on the apron. Great job, camera crew. Great job.
They did better than the sound crew.
That's fair. They at least captured something. Nice. End to this match. Damien just not able to get in time, but look at the damage that Liam has went through this match.
There's already bruising on his torso as well.
You have to think all three of these men are going to be spending an extended amount of time in the trainer's room after this.
Liam may have won the
Especially-
match tonight, but he cannot be looking forward to Blockade right now. If he
No.
does not have time to recover.
That is... Oh, we're... 3 days away?
3 days out.
That
I
is
has been
not...
summoned. Yes, you have been.
Gwen! Hi. You were so excited about me being on commentary and you were missing it. So I had to summon you. But Gwen is my, number one hype person.
Yes, I'm sorry. Jen be like, that's
No,
how you
it's fine.
do it
It's
like
fine, Gwen.
the Irish way.
Irish way. Gwen is everyone's favorite hype person.
Gwen is the best type person. However, we are going to be headed straight into another triple threat, as that is the trend after last week's miss, is we got to get contenders for Blockade. So a lot of more multi-man matches than is traditional.
If it's anything like that last triple threat, I am ecstatic about this.
Liam,
That was
Damon,
an
and
absolute
Halil,
war.
all deserving of that spot, but it is Liam who survives.
Man, hats off to all three men after that performance, and I think that might easily be a contender for match of the night, if not match of the night outright.
We'll come down to a vote, but that has got to be up there. However, the next one does have a lot of potential, as it is going to be yet another return taking place here tonight. In this case, it is going to be Marcella Jade, who was a former Ascendant champion.
Oh, Harold, don't start the match. There you go.
And this is going to be whoever will be next in line to the Ascendant Championship. The reason next in line is the terminology is because due to Casey Lee's failed cash-in of her Survivor title shot last week, technically speaking, if Francine Nguyen loses to Danny Fonseca tonight in the rematch of Danny, Francine already has a rematch guaranteed from the win 2 weeks ago. So,
Man, imagine having an opportunity handed to you on a silver platter and fumbling it. You know that has to eat at Casey.
speaking of which, I think that is more than eating at Casey, as there is a promo from the show.
Oh, this will be interesting. I will be back momentarily.
The scene opens up to the locker room. Danny Fonseca, the former Ascendant champion, stands across from Casey Lee, the women's survivor. Neither one of them is smiling. What the hell was that title shot redemption, Casey? Didn't you say you wanted to cash in on someone who'd been holding a title too long? Why'd you throw it all away? You could have waited for Selena to almost fall, then swoop in. Hell, you could have redeemed that title shot during my match, helped me retain. And instead, you just punted it. Casey responding, punted it, Danny? Punted it? You don't even know what you're talking about. Bennett walks into the room in his ring gear. Ladies, Danny, Casey, what's going on? I was waiting for my match with the Great, and I hear you two yelling from across the hall. Oh, don't mind Danny, Ben. She's just upset she lost to Francine. Danny immediately biting back. I'm not the only one who did, Casey. Answer my question. You want me to answer your question here, Danny? Bennett trying to get in between the two women. Guys, we have enough impulses to go around. Can we save them for capturing our own titles, yeah? I understand this anger, but just wait, and we can talk about this with clear heads. Casey smirks. Clear head, that's what we're calling that now? That's not fair, Casey. Danny, coming to Bennett's defense. Don't bring Ben into this, Kay. He isn't the question. Casey immediately scoffing. Ain't that the truth? You are both this question. You keep talking about doing whatever you want, how it frees you. You keep talking about how if everyone just did what they wanted, we'd all be happier. And instead, you're wasting time. You know why I cashed in, Danny? Because I wanted to be the one. Bennett cuts her off. Casey, the one who did what? You stopped me from being at ringside, then you didn't help Danny, and then you failed to get the title off Nguyen. Even if you won, you're going to have to fight Danny. I told you, and Casey responding, I told you both I was going to be using that cash in to go after someone who had been a champion too long. You think I was talking about Selena when you lost, Danny? I knew my only chance to fight you was to be in that rematch, because after that, you weren't beating Nguyen tonight. Danny's expression drops into a fatally cold stare. What did I do to you, Kay? What did you just say? Why? Casey immediately continuing her rant. You know how long I've been stuck under you, Fonseca? 2 long years. Shay took you to the new syndicate and left me behind. We both get called up, and look who foreshadowed me every moment. Hell, we all know I'm just the third wheel. You know how hard that is? Danny trying to reason with Casey. We came up in the Challenger Series together, Kay. And every step of the way, Danny, you were the one who got the attention. The pretty lights, the titles. It was always you, and all I could do was watch. Bennett coming back into the conversation. That's all you ever had to get what you wanted, Casey. Watch. You could have just rose up with us, had the lights, had the parties. Everything you could have wanted. Danny looks defeated. Get out, Kay. Just get out. It was already part of the plan, you pair of useless lovers. And Danny, what I said earlier, that was a promise. not a prediction. And with that, we'll be headed into the triple threat to see who will be next in line to that title, whether at Blockade or afterwards.
I'm very excited to see this. I'm very interested to see how Marcella Jade does in her return.
What is the issue with me, man? Just because I beat you and almost crushed your ribs doesn't mean you gotta ice shoulder me, man.
I feel like that's a pretty good reason.
Yes, it does. Learn the meta. The boss will be bitter after you beat him. Less efficient if you wish to be on a speaking relationship with your boss.
Ah, dang it. I just saw the BWS Imperial Cup initial matchups. Seems you got quite the draw, Mr. Harold.
Making her way to the ring from Helena, Montana, Gabriel.
You're facing Leon, the current reigning BWS Twitch champion.
You can see exactly why the WWE Universe is so amped up for this one.
I'm in danger.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I know I said I'm sorry. Could you forgive me? I could.
Such an
I could.
incredible journey for this woman.
But
she
I won't.
knows a win
So that's
tonight
not fun.
will take her even further.
But don't worry. Everything will balance out in time.
That is what metas tend to do.
However, who do you favor in this matchup? It's going to be Delphi, Vaughn, and Jade.
And her opponents. From
Such
Westminster,
a
Colorado.
difficult question. Marcella has the experience edge over both of these women.
But this one is a little
Grant,
different.
Elise was here previously, but she's been out of the sport for a very long time and just now making her way back.
Lacking killer instinct.
Where Marcella has been here actively competing on a regular basis. And even with her recent little hiatus, I can't go against the veteran experience. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Vaughn, though, has been off to a very fast start. Picked up a win in her very first match back in TCWC and has gone on to become one of BPW's hardcore champions that she has since dropped that title.
You know what? That's fair. I can't even argue that question or that comment.
Get to be cost for the night.
She is ready for this big match, and she knows everyone
I can't argue.
will be watching her make
No,
an
no,
impact.
no, Jackson. Don't worry about a rematch. Don't worry about a rematch. Sunglasses come down and falls out of the
From
chair.
Detroit, Michigan, Marcella
I will bonk you too. Do not tempt me.
Where's Booker T when you need him?
I say insane. Let's just call the whole thing off.
Also, am I the single-handed reason Gab added the bonk emote?
Yes.
Don't use my thing for clown girls against me. I feel targeted. This is bullshit.
She has
I think in this match, the kind of sleeper pick that I think is sitting there as the potential winner is going to be Delphi. Gabriella has been on a very big win streak, and Marcella does have 3 wins.
I don't disagree with that statement. It was very hard to pick between Delphi and Jade. Even Vaughn, she's been quite the talent, not only here, but in BPW, like you mentioned. But she did go through a war last night, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely not going to be at 100%, even if the Doggers were able to make it look like she is.
So it's hard for me to say she's going to win when both of the other women are fresh in comparison.
Over immediately going after each other, it is Marcella and Jade.
Wow, Marcella split into 2 people? That's wild. Big springboard moonsault from the bottom rope misses.
I just realized I said Marcella and Jade. Wonderful.
Look at the angle. Nasty. Genius strategy here to target that back. Literally everything you do with an injured...
Drew Malenko in the back, or at home, eyes widening at the cloverleaf use. Big back elbow.
Vaughn trying to get back up to her feet, but cannot stay on the offense after doing so. Brought up in a big half and half suplex.
Big. Yes, you are correct. Big punch. Oh.
Nice clothesline found by Delphi.
In a match with no disqualifications,
Gotta take the air out of Marcella. Spin out face buster.
use the situation to your advantage.
Vaughn trying to find offense onto the more experienced Jade.
No DQ situation, Corey.
And now forced to break out of that hold after Marcella got some offense, but a big clothesline takes her down. And now is Elise actually finding a nice senton. But now it is Delphi's turn to find some offense. Unfortunately,
Delphi being the first one to go for a weapon.
Actually surprised by that, but it might be some of her trying to make up for her general lack of experience.
I would have expected Marcella to be the first one, but Gabrielle holding her own.
Can't take her down, but now it is going to be a shin breaker onto Delphi. I just realized that the commentators are on. I'll have to turn them back off.
Big snapdragon. Oh, Gabrielle going for it.
I can't stop staring.
Ooh, hot shot. Marcella taking advantage. Big. Momentarily taking advantage before Gabrielle is back on the offensive.
I heard the oh hell no. I need to turn the volume up on that, boy.
Nails the midsection.
Are you sure you trust the sound alerts?
Do I have to answer that question?
Dragon screw takedown, not finished yet.
No.
Right into the leg lock.
He's trying to take out the legs of Jade, trying to avoid some of her power moves. They actually catches Gabriella with a nice recoil lariat.
Following it with the pin. She just shocked everyone in the ring.
Oh.
Code of silence being locked in onto Jade.
Submission lock. She breaks
Gabriella breaks it up before it can result in a tap out or a pass.
Big drop kick to the back. Gabrielle and Elise both seeming to enjoy working the legs in this match.
To be fair, both of them have also been more so working on Jade, trying to take her out, and it does make a lot of sense. Marcella, despite her size, is much more of a powerhouse when it comes to her moveset. Trying to take out that base of support, however,
it makes sense to target Jade. It makes sense for the 2 less experienced ones to take out the veteran.
Big clothesline, though. There's one. There's 2.
Ooh, so close.
Ooh. She's taking a lot of offense here.
Oh.
However, the dreams of Gabriella getting championship gold must be fading fast.
He is
However,
out.
quickly escapes that hold.
Big back elbow.
Follow
Oh,
me if
Gabrielle.
you will,
Ooh,
but I do not
nice
care.
clothesline. That's, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well scouted. No telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Now bringing her fury
At
to
least you're
ringside.
self-aware.
Johnny Vine, I could learn a thing or two for you guys, like how to commentate professionally.
And she slides her back to the mat.
That's like, that's how I gets a little distracted, you could say.
What's she looking for under the ring?
Hey, you're not wrong.
Nice
Big kitchen
style
sink.
knee, and now going straight onto Delphite with that nice butterfly suplex, I believe.
Crashing down.
Springboard senton. Going for the pin.
To Jade, Delphite in to break things up.
Ooh, big punch. And Delphite fighting her way out again. Big super kick to the back of the head.
Taken out of these superstars thus
Going
far.
back after Jade. But Jade able to reverse with a nice dragon screw.
She's just taken so much damage to this point.
Both the Delphite have to be watching this one closely to see if Gabrielle can actually pull this
Able
off.
to slip away.
She is getting close time and time again, but Delphite
Fisherman suplex.
goes down with that nice suplex, and now it is Vaughn with a weapon. Thinking it's actually Marcel, the one who's actually used weapons the least in this match.
Oh, one,
Where is Jade?
two.
She still has life.
She just dug down.
Carolyn won the Skyline Fatal.
Down to the floor. Obviously was in need of a breather. Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the
Oh,
playbook.
abdominal stretch. There's
Vaughn breaking
not a
up.
hold you see very often anymore, but nice head scissors out of it.
Nice splash. Everyone down, but Delphite, this is going to be her chance. Is this it for
One.
Vaughn?
No, Vaughn fighting out.
However,
Oh,
rolled up by
Jade.
Jade. There's one. There's two.
Two. Oh, Jade almost stole that. But into a nice lift-up suplex by Delphite.
Seated suplex.
Gabriella not giving up any momentum right now.
Oh, going to the top with a big body splash.
Not looking for the pin though, and now it is going to no. She's actually
no.
got Elise up. And a nice neckbreaker.
Fireman's carry neckbreaker.
That could be it for
One.
Vaughn.
Two. No, Vaughn still kicking out. Springboard moonsault takes out Jade.
I have to wonder if that was intentionally meant to target Jade or not.
I think that was just luck of the circumstance there.
However, Delphite, the dirge has been heard. Is it over? There's one. There's two. And
No, Delphite with the shoulder up at the last second. And Jade taunting on the outside, wasting precious time. Big clothesline.
Delphite got so close to dropping the match after all the work she did. Is now Elise looking for the pin. Delphite watching on, but does come in to break it up now.
You have to think Delphite might have, the inexperience of Delphite might have played a factor in that hesitation. Nice springboard middle rope moonsault. But the inexperience, thinking Jade will kick out on her own instead of just breaking it. Ooh! Corkscrew forearm.
What is this? Come on, ref.
Nice
Big
buster.
spine buster. Reminiscent of a certain Anderson.
The double A battery cannot be escaped.
It can never be escaped. Delphi fighting out yet again.
Marcella kind of waiting on the corner here for who's going to end up winning. Does end up going after Delphi potentially a little bit early.
Not looking good.
Big powerbomb.
Follows it up with a very nice elbow drop onto Vaughn. Rolled over.
Oh, rolled over again into snatch power slam. Nice.
I'm surprised that Marcella still has the, quite frankly, the energy left to do that. However, Shade Hammer has landed. Delphi not breaking it up yet, but there it is.
Into the fireman carry neckbreaker yet
Does
again.
land. Delphi might be your number one contender here.
No, Jade manages to get a shoulder up yet again.
Artillery has been used, but it's not enough for the 3.
How are any of these women
You can sense it. This crowd
still going?
needs
Nice roundhouse kick by Vaughn.
This has legitimately gone on longer than the women's fatal 4-way at this point. However, wrapped around, fading dreams locked in. Is it for Vaughn? And it is.
Delphi had a chance to break it up, but didn't. You have to wonder what went through her head in that moment.
Weren't you rooting for Marcy King?
I was gonna say, why are you booing Marcy winning? Literally like 6 messages ago, you were saying, fight back, Marcy. I'm so confused.
Either way, though, first match back, and both Liam and Marcy now staring at title shots at Blockade.
You have to wonder, maybe that time off did both of them good to actually recover.
Here is your winner, Marcella.
No, the other one, the one in the ponytail,
all
please.
3 superstars involved in this hard-hitting triple threat. The win is always extra sweet when you force your opponent to submit.
I was staring at personal acid. Back to watching TNA, or I mean the rest of the act.
Oh, Jackson.
Jackson, do you need Adderall? There was previously a group of people who definitely were completely legal in all of their dealings who might be able to find you some.
Not supposed to give company secrets away on air.
They don't know which ones I'm talking about.
Fair enough, I guess. I only know the company secrets. That's how I got this job.
It was blackmail.
It was. I have no shame in admitting. Nobody ever said I was a good person.
However, there is another set of promos before we head into this next match.
I will yet again be back momentarily. You enjoy your promo, sir.
Thank you. Pierre Davachon appears alone in the ring, already in his wrestling gear. Raymond, get out here. Get out here now. First thing you do when you come here is insult my wife and insult my friend. The second thing you do is sow discord by planting signs in the crowd. And the third thing, you walk out the carnival and cost me and Evelyn a match. You want to sit here and interfere? You want to involve yourself in the company you left in embarrassment? You want to pretend you didn't leave here after kneeling before me? You want to say I haven't changed? Maybe that is true, Ark. But at least I don't run away when I get embarrassed. The Titantron screen flickers on. Oh, the Duke wants to talk, and based on your choice of apparel fighting, do I finally have your attention? Want to talk about running away. But what else have you done? Not in a little sense, of course. You're too proud of yourself for that. But all I see you do again and again is run from your shame. The princeling, you seem to have started to leave him alone after you couldn't beat him more than once. Your title hunts, always claiming that the next time will suddenly be different, despite the fact that you have changed nothing. You've been running from yourself for longer than I have done anything to you. You just hide in that ever-cracking armor you show that you and Edward spruce up and Evelyn hide for you. You want to fight me very well, but by the end, you will realize your win against me was nothing more than a fluke that is your entire career. So enjoy this time. I will see you later tonight if Ulrich knows how to make money. Gwomp, gwin.
Guam. I am back. Hello.
Wait a second, what's happened? I've been smelling paint fumes and pavement. My brain cells are dead. Don Thompson, is that you?
Hey. Do not compare me to that sleazeball. Just because I did something sleazy to get this job does not mean I'm on his level. He's who sleazeballs aspire to be.
Sleazeballs aspire to be anything?
More sleazy. Usually.
Is that an aspiration or just coincidence?
Both?
Fair enough. I'm now just picturing, like Sims 4, aspiration sleazeball with a list of requirements.
That's kind of funny, honestly.
Are you Gwomp? I meant you are help. No.
Gwen is having strong...
I'm gonna spray paint something. What should I paint? A crown for sure. But what on?
What are we spray painting?
Can you please not vandalize my stuff? I got the stuff you wanted. We'll
about to see something.
Also, thank you for redeeming the crowd boo at this very moment, Gwen.
We got the cursed crowd.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't hear anything. I can't hear any sound alert, so
The following contest is scheduled for
I am fine.
making his way to the ring, representing
Gwen knew what I wanted, so
Paris, France,
it's much
weighing
appreciated.
in at 212 pounds.
So I have an out-of-character question, Harold. So, is the Escalation Championship not going to be defended at Blockade?
It will be. Unfortunately, the challenger is going to be fighting 2 matches in 1 night, as the number 1 contender will be found out in the opener of Blockade.
Gotcha. Cool. I was just curious.
That's unfortunately one of the downsides of the weakness.
Yeah. I was wondering if I needed to work on an attire for a certain All-American Nightmare alongside his compatriot.
Never been higher, but this guy's ready to prove he can hang.
We're entering first. It is going to be the Duke, Pierre de Chaux.
Ooh. Yes, that's partially where I stole the nickname from, Gwen.
The WWE Universe just exploded.
Also, King, since you're in chat,
And his opponent from London, England.
what tags do I need to upload my Scars and Stripes people on?
I think this might be, no, I'm certain this is the most self-absorbed person in all of WWE.
Weird.
We still have the volunteer commentary desk on. I keep forgetting to turn off their audibility.
Who know how much better they are than the rest of us.
However, entering now, it is someone with a lot of history with Pierre de Vachon and Dita Van Stel. It is the cruel gentleman, Raymond Warwick.
This is the gentleman with the KMA, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You are correct.
That I believe a certain member of the creative team helped you name.
Correct. Because I didn't want to name it what it stands for.
That member of the creative team says you're welcome. Also, yes, very much boo both of these guys.
Don't boo both. Come on.
Okay, Raymond used Ethan Page's entrance, and Gwen does not like Ethan Page.
He expected this challenge and is ready for it.
Fair enough.
Great agility on display.
It takes
Yeah,
a
accidentally
certain
actually
level of
colliding with Sarah
athleticism to
Tanner
pull
there.
that
However,
off.
big jawbreaker onto Pierre. And now the Duke recovered fast enough
Chain
to make it
wrestling.
so this grapple did not become one-sided. But just the same, Raymond does get the upper hand.
It's having to break it up, and a clean break, surprisingly, but not for long.
Don't hold me, I'm changing.
Into a rear waist lock now.
So many villains. Where are the true gentlemen of the
Get out of
ring?
it and ground things with a headlock.
I don't know.
Into the side
I
headlock
forgot
here.
about that part, yes. Gwen has been booing Ethan Page ever since the Joe Hendry feud. As you can imagine.
There. Oh, nice
When-
headlock locked in by the Duke. And Raymond looking a little bit worse for wear, but does actually fight his way out and going to work on the arm of
Into a
Pierre.
hammerlock. Ooh, ace down.
You might see this as an early wake-up call. Get the blood
And
Raymond looking
running his
on him.
mouth to the Duke.
to the top now.
He is unimpressed. And nice pair of axe handles.
Man, I can't fault him for his unimpression at this point. It's not very nice. I'm a nice douchebag now.
That's scary. Look at his eyes. Fixated on the opposition.
And Raymond continuing to look unimpressed, but this time he gets reversed on, and there is a big dropkick to the knee of Raymond.
Intentions of cutting down their base.
He does
Big kick.
try and fight his way back off, but now eating more offense.
Advantage.
And Pierre is bleeding.
Really wrenching.
I believe it was one of the punches across the temple that actually got him bleeding.
An incredible moonsault.
Nice. Duke with the springboard moonsault?
Putting those
He's
educated
learning.
When the
to good use.
fuck did Pierre learn that?
He had 2 months off.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, no, it's
However, he gets caught, and there's a roll-up now from Raymond. Broken up before a 1 count, though I have to wonder if that would have been that way, if it had been a little bit faster on the count. However, it is Pierre in control for the moment. And up from the top, he's actually calling for more to get back up to his feet.
Nice diving clothesline. Pierre trying to keep it. I mean, he did have a face turn elsewhere. Ooh, but sent
You're
flying
trying to
out of
keep
the
it
ring.
relevant to the crowd, most definitely.
And now headed to the outside.
He does look slimmer. Maybe he plans on... Ooh, nice code breaker. Maybe he plans on going down to the cruiserweight division.
He might have competition from his own squad there. As officially speaking, Caleb Ward could be competing in the cruiserweight division already.
Going through plenty of pain, but there's no need
It
to
is
panic.
fair. Oh, and big kick sends Pierre into the guardrail.
Kick right to the back of the leg.
Nice leg kick.
Shin breaker. Not done yet.
Shin breaker into the dragon screw. Nice combination.
Guard with a sharp knee.
We're up to a 7 count and nice knee.
We can see a count.
That Harley Race like high knee by Pierre, which Harley Race, known as the king of wrestling, very fitting Pierre would use that move. And Pierre,
I did forget to make this 15, so this is going to be the continuation rematch.
He left himself wide open.
Pierre managed to get, the referee has called a break to the action. It looks like the doctor is going to stitch Pierre closed before the continuation.
So things will continue in just a moment.
You're looking at a well-traveled superstar who has seen a lot in the
There
ring.
we go.
With experience comes confidence.
And
Rolled up from behind.
into an immediate roll-up but rope break.
Forces a break.
Which cruiserweight division? Probably TCWC, unless you want to have two people
Just
telling everyone to
mocking their
either
opponent
bow
right now.
or
Total
kneel.
disrespect. That's telling your opponent, you don't deserve to share this stage with me.
Hey.
Locking up with the collar.
And Jackson, can I sleep?
Only if you leave the commentary desk. This
You-
bed's in the back.
I would say that we are in a area that does have beds in it.
With the suplex.
Circuit
You can thank
Studios
Ruckus
does
for that.
include places to sleep.
And another.
Rapid knee strikes.
Every strike more devastating than the
You can
last.
thank Roxy and Domicos for that after the constant
He's right
plane
into his
rides
feet
back and
in a
forth.
tense situation.
And into the collar and elbow.
Give me
Being
this.
overtaken here, driven into the corner.
No, I am
Backing him
staying
into the
right
corner
the
again.
hell. You cannot sleep right here.
Driving their legs, putting their opponent into a tight corner.
Raymond getting more and more frustrated as this match has gone on. But the Duke actually fighting his way back up to his feet. Actually got an armbar cinched in right now.
Broken. What's going to happen here? Backbreaker.
Nice.
Measuring him now, lining it up.
Continuously running his mouth to the Duke. And Pierre has shown it is very easy to get under his skin.
And Raymond has shown every week he has been here that he will continue to throw shade at Pierre until he got him in this match. I'm curious if it will continue even
He's going to
after
the
this.
outside, which will start a count out.
How will Pierre handle having two people consistently throw shade at him?
Looking for a scoop slam. No. It's the
Probably not.
Inverted DDT connects.
So we all know there's a certain, as he calls him, Princeling, that is not the biggest fan of him. Nice dragon screw.
The harmless princess.
Chess match of counters and
I believe that is what Pierre has
reversals
told me he is called many, many times. Nice
Yeah, that's-
breaker.
Sent him careening into the barricade. Pierre working on the leg yet again.
He's got to make some moves here.
And seeming to be willing to go for yet another. Oh, maybe not.
Nice.
Big leg drop.
Believe what we just saw.
I can't believe that didn't
Does step
miss.
back into the ring.
Resetting
at
the count.
this point.
He wants his
He's telling the crowd to shut up and ignore what's happening.
Taking this thing out onto the floor now.
Getting into the
Big
ring,
kick to the
Pierre, you
dome.
sad, sad man.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah, that's
with a
fair.
little trash talk.
KMA, though, has landed.
And you know, that had to feel a little extra special to land it on the Duke himself.
Tripling attack on the knee.
Raymond Is he going to bring this back into the ring, or is he going to let this go to a no contact? Actually is getting Pierre back into the ring. He has got a plan, it seems. The Duke trying back up to his feet, actually punching his way back up, and now got a roll-up onto Raymond. Rope break does break it up very quickly, though.
Wow, that looked eerily similar to something.
And now heading back inside the ring.
Taking a page out of somebody's playbook.
Raymond getting lined up to the guillotine, and it has landed. There's one, there's two, and no!
His opponent thought he had it in the bag for sure.
And you know that has to frustrate the hell out of Pierre. Tope Atomico? Pierre showing a new side of his offense with high-flying maneuvers, and whatever that was.
Nice little Miranagi there, though. Raymond.
Stomp to the face. Calling Pierre up for something.
On wrapped. Pierre has not evaded it. Leg is caught. And the gentleman's DDT. We've got one. We've got two. And no.
Pierre getting slapped in the face by the official.
To be fair, if I recall correctly, many people have been thrown into Sarah by Pierre.
Yeah, I can't blame her at all. And she might have a nice little bonus in her paycheck later.
However, price of insolence has been locked in. This could be it for Raymond.
No, Pierre lets him out. Goes to the top rope yet again.
Dynasty's blade does land. That
has to be it.
This
One,
time it is
two,
Raymond being slapped. And the blade brings the would-be usurper down.
I have learned that I don't think I can stay biased or unbiased when Pierre is in a match.
When you were gonna say that regardless of who won.
Yes, because Gwen is a person of culture. Only people with culture hate Pierre.
What are you implying here, sir?
You're cultureless. That's what I'm implying, sir.
I believe you are the uncultured swine. I didn't sleep. Are you happy? Yes, I am happy you didn't sleep. Time to unleash the kryptonite.
See, I would be insulted if you knew what more of the moves were called. Sorry.
Sorry, I love the zoom in right there on Pierre being slapped.
It's very fitting.
And now Raymond's turn.
To be fair, Raymond only got like partial slaps. Pierre was just getting full clapped on the face.
I needed so. Jackson. Gotta get your feet on the desk, man. I just got it cleaned.
Fine, just use some of that villainous esports money you have.
You guys get soda at the table? Yeah, I do provide.
Apparently.
Currently we do. I was merciful today.
I can't imagine I'll be so lucky tomorrow.
However, next match up, it is going to be Yuri Yasukawa taking on Phoebe Strides.
Going to be a very interesting
What did I do?
contest.
Something wrong?
That's just Gwen.
Gwen will fight you.
Gwen will fight anyone and everyone. Which is why we love Gwen. I just realized I have like 3 days to make 4 attires.
Well,
Ugh. Whoa. Why is...
why is
Look at Yuri.
it's fine. We'll worry about it next week.
Okay, I blame you for this.
I don't.
I blame 2K.
I blame 2K. I'll fix that. I didn't
I
realize
also-
she was 75.
I didn't either. I really hope that's not how I uploaded her.
I think it is. I've not touched her.
I blame 2K. I think it reset it.
Alright, I'll be back in just a moment, as is tradition with Yuri.
I will do my best to commentate the entirety of Yuri's entrance.
I require
No, I
more
won't.
walk.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Kamakura, Kanagawa, Japan. The Ghost, Yuri!
This superstar won't ever throw
Oh.
in the towel. The WWE Universe keeps egging him on. That is a recipe for disaster.
Oh, wait, what is so wrong with the WWE
King
Universe?
Blockade is
All of praise
on
to
Thursday.
big
I've already got
boss.
Stars and Stripes done,
Will only support
but
you with
Blockade
all
for
this.
Harold is in like 3 days. And Harold, no, terrible timing, sir. No, no one can see but me. But Yuri Yasukawa, the Japanese superstar who was trained by the Act Yasukawa in Japan of Stardom fame, was her idol growing up and was lucky enough to train under her, both suffering from Graves' disease, losing partial sight in their eyes. Yuri not quite able to translate her success into titles here, but she is yet to give up. And that is what has earned her the nickname the Ghost Assassin. Harold, you have failed us. And I really should probably pick a shorter entrance for Yuri. Yes, Gwen, I have. I'm pretty sure you've sent it to me, haven't you? I really wish Harold was here to commentate on this person, because I don't quite know much about them.
Tensions riding high. Plans on getting things settled.
Very happy-go-lucky seeming woman. Ooh, nice splits.
A determined look on her face. She knows how to prove herself in the women's division.
And this is a woman that
And
has
here we
a lot
go.
of people
Yuri starting off quick.
Yeah, this is now her opportunity to justify all that hype. An opportunity to show why she's been
Big
creating
knee by Yuri. Springboard moves. Yuri is on fire to start this match into an early pin attempt. One. No. Vivi kicks out. Yuri refusing to let up.
Nice.
Big basement drop kick. Hello, Harold. Welcome back. Yuri has been dominating the opening moments. This is Vivi's first bit of offense and is very short-lived.
It was.
Snap suplex by Yuri.
She's looking a little drained now. This isn't anything you can't fight back from.
Nice
by any means.
reverse into a fireman's carry into a springboard moonsault.
This could do it.
Pinning one.
She likely knew that wasn't
What is
enough. She's just
going
keeping the
on?
pressure on.
I don't know. Vivi, that was a ambitious move.
Counters right into the breadbasket. And she's making her way to the top rope here. From the top.
However, up from the top.
Big elbow drop missing.
Down your spine.
Yuri is showing an aggressive side of her tonight. But, oh, nice standing moonsault.
Into a pin attempt.
Into,
You can see the frustration starting.
kicks out at one yet again.
harder and harder to kick out of.
And Vivi's seemingly getting frustrated.
Straight forearm.
The original tribal. OTB actually needs to be the evolution
A thing,
of fire.
yes. Ooh, double stomp rolled out of the way. Oh, and dash and charge. Yes, I forgot about that. And Vivi calling Yuri up to her feet. Handspring into cardiac kick.
Nicely found, and we've got one.
One.
We've got two.
Got two and three. Gee, I wonder why that went so quickly.
That's a best match of the season should be going. I don't know why they're all thinking out of the finishing on demand.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Yuri was supposed to have resilience though.
Yeah, she did not get uploaded with resilience.
Here is your winner.
Oh. The fuck did she get uploaded with?
Iron Jaw and comeback.
She did what she needed to do and came away with a strong victory.
Okay, so it reset my
This one, and she's
Yuri.
one to watch, guys.
Because I had changed that. Okay. I will re-upload her after stream.
So Vivi picking up her first win here in TCWC's main roster.
Congratulations to Vivi on that. An impressive victory. She withstood Yuri's early assault and managed to persevere till the end.
However, next matchup is a bit of a convoluted one. There had been
Oh,
a
boy.
match agreed to between AJ Phoenix, who was asking for one of his special submission matches, and which was accepted by Chris Dalton. However, with the injury of AJ Phoenix, the match still stood but without an opponent. However, in a bit of a fumbling as an attempt to get someone in, it appears Wolfric has gone to Ralph Fresnetti.
That's an interesting choice.
And he did have some words to say. So, Mr. Dalton, certain Scott has told me you need an opponent tonight. Let's be honest here, Chef. Submission is neither of our strong suits. So, I've got a proposition for you, my lawman friend. I'm rusty. You're rusty. I need to get myself established in the Sun Division, and you need to be ready to defend your tag titles with your friend. If you want to sit tonight out, I'll gladly go enjoy some catering. Chris Dalton interrupting before Ralph can continue his spiel. It sucks that AJ's out for now. I was looking forward to a fight with him. But Ralph, you're right. I do want to work off some rust. But if you have the same tricks from last season, tonight isn't going to go your way. And I have no interest in trying to make you, of all people, look pretty. Pretty, Chris. But don't worry. I haven't been trying to be pretty. I have been working, and I do have some creative ways to break off your rust. Isn't that just Angela? Doesn't feel inaccurate. Are you gonna create an Angela versus Reno rivalry? If that's what's coming, King.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they are in tomorrow night's opening contest.
They are, but doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a rivalry.
I mean, that is very fair. It would be an interesting rivalry, to say the least.
Now, earlier in the night, one half of the Vigilantes, the night did not go as intended. Jackie Garcia was unfortunately unable to secure her spot for a number one contender match, as number one contender, to Selena Shade's Skyline Championship. But will Chris Dalton be able to work off some rust and find a win here up against a returning Ralph Fresnetti? So far, every single return for the season has won. Liam O'Neill took the win in the Revolution Gauntlet's remaining spot match. And Marcella Jade became number one contender, while they're next in line for the Ascendant Championship.
Harold.
It's not
Wild what
Angela
happens when
anymore.
I
It's
actually-
Latina Mommy now. I refuse.
We are making good progress on this
We are
card.
making very good progress on this card. I'm kind of surprised.
I am too, especially with the amount of multi-person matches.
Now we're talking.
Why do you have music, Chris? What happened to your shirt?
What the?
What did 2K do to your shirt, man?
Is scheduled for one fall.
Why does he look like he's been in a backstage brawl?
Maybe he has been.
Rapid City, South
Who
Dakota.
jumped this man?
And why is he wearing the scraps of his
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Who did this to this man?
Mission failed indeed, Seaside. Mission failed indeed.
Good lord.
Can't wait to see what unfolds.
What?
This guy lives to compete, so he'll be treating this match as if he were defending the title.
What did you do?
Somebody mugged this man.
He looks fine now.
Here comes one of my favorites.
That's fine.
However, Chris Dalton, you're currently one half of your combined
Emotional, damn it!
Emotional damn.
really unified tag champions.
The
And
WWE
a
Universe
very
won't be ready to
brief
see this one
Vanquisher
start. This
champion
gonna be
is
good.
his opponent here tonight. And the big man from Wisconsin, Ralph Fresnetti.
I am honestly excited to see Ralph back in the ring and see if he can finally start building some momentum again.
It has been a very long time since he's been able to get much of anywhere for himself. Perhaps this time off will have served him well, though, and it appears that he is a little bit leaner than he was.
I hydrated, thank you very much. I was smart and remembered water this time. unlike last time.
There's the bell. The title might not be up for grabs. but to the
Clothesline
challenger's
very
so
quickly
much is on the line here.
failing
If he
for
wins,
Fresnetti,
he could
though.
just as quickly be next in line
But
for a
Dalton
top opportunity.
unable to find momentum there, but he's able to fight back after being close to the ground, but only for a brief moment. Dalton, nice combination of strikes, and down Fresnetti goes.
I did it again. Are you happy? Big elbow drop by Dalton.
He's just waiting for that perfect moment.
Excitement on
He
the
is
face
fired
of
up.
the vigilante. Perhaps whoever gave him that little backstage brawl excited him.
What are they doing here?
That does seem like something Dalton would be excited by. Gets into a scrap before a scrap.
Oh my goodness.
Just punishing.
Honestly, I could see him wanting to fight somebody backstage before going out to the ring, just to already have that adrenaline spike.
Have we heard anything from Caleb Ward?
Could be thinking of high-risk offense here.
We have not.
He's in a bad
That's concerning.
place. This is where it could all
Yes, it is.
look out.
I'm going to be looking over my shoulder a bunch this match.
And now he's back
There
in
is
the
a
ring.
nice elbow drop, but Dalton quickly gets outside to try and recover. But down he goes to that shoulder tackle. We've got one. Only
He's
gonna be
far from finished. What the lantern?
Just tossing him.
Was definitely not thinking about finesse with that one. Was only thinking
And
about dominance.
Ralph is smacking his behind.
He's got
Okay.
size, one.
To gain the advantage.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Trap the arm.
Nice.
Breaker though, straight into a pin attempt. It's gonna be one, but only gonna be that one so far.
A truly impressive kick out this late.
And he re-enters into the ring.
Both of them looking a little bit indecisive on how they want to get back into the ring, but it is gonna be Dalton with the advantage for a brief moment.
Oh, saw it coming and got an elbow for their trouble.
That's
It's called
creepy tall
gossip.
gothic lady has an
Waiting for him
unhealthy
to get
obsession
back
for
on his
winning.
feet so he can strike.
See, I know what
Reminds
to
me.
expect out of Salem.
Yeah,
Cuts off
I'm
their offense
expecting her
with
to
a
not have a
swift
mansion
elbow
after
to
too
the
much
gut.
longer. I mean, what?
Ah,
Big body slam.
This capacity crowd is
And
sending it
Ralph
right,
is
and he's
barking.
sending it right back.
That's the wrong sports team. The Packers don't bark.
they do today, it seems.
That's
However,
Cleveland.
Superstars
Fresnetti just waiting
Oh.
at the moment.
to see which one makes the first
And he
move.
points to some rando in the audience.
From way up.
And big double axe handles off the top.
Damage is humanly
Is Callie
possible.
here?
Ooh,
At what cost?
she might be.
Johnson, welcome,
Oh,
misses
good.
twice in a row. Man,
Three
third time was
times.
not the charm. Find
Dalton
a
was
new
also
maneuver.
going
That last attack.
Each time Dalton seems to be going for a Superman punch. Ooh, welcome to Wisconsin. Finally lands after the fourth try.
Sorry, both of them just using their signatures on repeat was very funny.
I want somebody to clip that.
Yes, someone please clip that. That was beautiful.
Oh, both men need to get back into the ring. We're at a 10 of 15.
Quick draw
Superman
misses
punch fails yet
again.
again.
12 of 15 in just a moment. And Dalton actually
Big
taking
E.
him down. Actually, okay, he is bringing him back up to his feet, but is
And he
running
just
back into
leaps
the ring.
him.
But Ralph does
And Ralph
recover and
makes
backs in
it in.
behind him. He's got him set up though, and the bounty breaker has landed. This could be it for Fresnetti. There's two, but
Dude,
no.
No. Look, we know that Salem is not going to be bothered by the mansion being burned down. This is just to make Roxy feel better. Big. Oh,
Line
Fresnetti
is-
catches him into a backbreaker.
Listen to this place.
Oh, catches the super kick.
Clothesline takes him down.
Big clothesline.
Surprised Fresnetti has the
Damakos is
ability.
literally
In the face. Big boot connects.
big boot. Oh, sends Fresnetti over the top rope. Damakos is only going with this to try and keep Roxy and Kylie out of jail. And also because he's big moonsault by Dalton. He's also trying to get back in Roxy's good graces after the whole ACW debacle.
Ralph has been down for quite some time, and Dalton not seeming like he knows completely how he wants to continue things right now. Trying to get the crowd hyped up for things to continue. Ralph still refusing to re-enter the ring directly in front of him, though.
A smart move. You never want to leave yourself open to that. Fresnetti with the smart veteran maneuver.
Does eventually feel like he is forced to step in, and no. Too much force behind him, and there's a deep six.
That could be the last
Nice deep six.
He's not
Plants
done
Dalton.
playing. Off the ropes, and there's another Wisconsin welcome. But that might be more of a farewell. There's two.
Oh, Dalton with the shoulder up.
defies all reasoning.
Across the way, no. Nice escape from Dalton.
Me and Harold have made that joke so much about how the house started as a joke and is now its own canonical thing in this universe. Like, there's actual story beats that happen in the house, which is wild.
Fresnetti set up in the corner by Dalton, headed up to that top
Oh.
rope, but kicked
Ooh,
down. But Fresnetti could not react fast enough. That is the second time the bounty breaker has landed, and I think that has to be it. There's two. No!
And no! Dalton with the smart veteran move, positioning himself between the ropes and Fresnetti, but a big elbow drop misses from the middle rope.
It is beyond electric.
Gets back up to his feet, though,
On another level.
and now tossing him back towards the corner. Not sure how
The
much
fact
more
that
that
Dalton-
turnbuckle can take.
The fact Dalton still had the strength to do that is impressive, but a big quick draw lands.
And he's not even trying to end things right off the bat, and that could come back to bite him.
Ooh, nice gut wrench powerbomb.
Lined up for a round three. Fresnetti is
Oh.
up. No escape is found,
Wow.
and isolated in the center of the ring. There's two. There is three.
You have to think that was more than Dalton was betting on tonight,
Here's a few clips from the last match, Russ.
given Fresnetti's lack of success last season. Dalton might have went into this thinking he'd have a bit of an easier night
I
than
also
he
have to
ended up having.
also have to wonder if Fresnetti had trusted the deep six, could he have forced the last reserves out of Dalton before trying to find more?
I can't disagree. I would think that the deep six into a pin would have been the smarter move and forced Dalton to burn the last reserve before the second Wisconsin welcome. Especially because Dalton was not going to be getting out of that without expending a lot of energy to kick out with the big man on top of him.
Fresnetti tried to go for Old Faithful, but as Dalton said, he needed new tricks, and the one that he brought out he did not think was enough. And the old trick failed.
But still, three to put down Fresnetti.
Breakers. And I have to admit, that has been an oddly well-protected finisher in Dalton's time here.
After that match,
You have to wonder if that may shake Dalton's confidence in the Bounty Breaker at all. Especially it took 3 to put someone like Fresnetti down.
Either that or Fresnetti is a tougher nut to crack than he previously was.
He might be on another level than he was last year.
But only time will tell if that can hold true.
Ooh, this next match is going to be interesting.
We are into our last 4 matches of the evening.
We might actually finish this by 11 o'clock.
Might actually happen, especially because they're pretty light on promos.
Yeah.
It is going to be...
I think what we really only have the Skyline Championship match with promos left.
I believe Blade also made a promo before the match for the Ascendant Championships next in line. But next match up is going to be Melee's #1 contender spot to the Escalation Championship. It is going to be NTG, Nate the Great, who Sai has spoken primely about, Bennett Hayes, and Hu Yamashita, fighting for the right to whoever comes out of Tussle for a shot at Damakos Anderson, or Damakos rather.
You have to wonder how badly Yamashita wants that rematch with Damakos.
He has got
especially after he came
hungry.
so close a couple of weeks ago in that match to regaining that Escalation Championship.
Though I do also have to wonder on that same note, is some of the losses that he has taken recently starting to take their toll on him?
It is a possibility.
Been on a rough streak as of late.
A majority of his recent success has been as a part of a tag team with Lucius Graves, but that was split during the draft. And Lucius is a different man than he was a few months ago.
A very different man. What is happening, Dr. Peters? What's happening?
Is that John Cena's team?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
All right. I love this guy.
If I recall correctly, Bennett Hayes is your currently reigning BPW Hardcore Champion.
I believe you are correct, sir.
Weighing in at 202 pounds, Bennett Hayes.
I can't watch this entrance. I heard this one backstage.
He is a two-time BPW Hardcore Champion.
That's what they're doing
Person
right
in the
now.
match previously in Dalton.
Let's see what they've got. That
Those two had a brutal battle last night in BPW at the PLE Infinity.
Bennett Hayes seems to have refound his stride a bit outside of TCWC, but can he turn that momentum elsewhere into success here in the circuit? Look at the announcer booth. This is Mr. Alistair Galloway.
Hello. Bennett just slapping his belly.
Things are about to get good.
And his opponent, first from St. Paul, Minnesota, weighing in at 191 pounds, Nate the Great.
the tension building for this match is so thick you can cut it with a knife. A lot of
Now
drama
it is
involved with
going
this
to
one.
be a man who has been hungry for success for a long time. Has
Yes,
yet
he
to
has.
reach. Oh, God, it's got close.
His closest was making the reigning Revolution champion at the time, Drew Malenko, tap out on the outside of the ring. But unfortunately for him, the outside of the ring did not matter in that match.
The look of focus and determination on his face.
And it also led to the only time so far the Revolution Championship has been defended in a singles match.
Yes, and it was a solid contest between Nate and Drew Malenko that saw Drew come out the victor, becoming the first man to defend the Revolution Championship 2 times.
All right, I love this guy.
And the final entrant here is the only one who has tasted escalation gold.
From Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 201 pounds,
Steven, I will actually send you what I recently got as a gaming laptop because it has been running smooth.
Seems to agree with that prediction. I, for one, can't think of an even more egotistical thing for any superstar to say. Are they aware that the
I
match
will
hasn't
look
even
into
started
the
yet?
Legion 5. But I just upgraded my old laptop after a very, very, very long time. Yeah, I will send you what it is. I got it off of Newegg a few weeks ago.
But he wants to prove them all wrong here tonight.
You have to wonder if Yamashita's lack of success in singles competition may start to weigh on him, and wonder if he can still keep up with this new crop of superstars in TCWC.
He is the oldest member of the circuit. And unfortunately is beginning to show in his ability to pull wins out.
Wear and tear on his body, especially with his war versus the Clan, and his wars against Domikos Anderson and other members of Villain Club. Nice Pele kick by Bennett Hayes.
Not quite sure what landed there, but Bennett Hayes is down from NTG.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
Right, forearm to the back. Another sending him into the corner.
Alright, I'm gonna look this up.
Nice springboard moonsault by Yamashita.
That's all about knowing when to pick your spots. It's got to be the triple threat match. Being a smart competitor means biding your time. Letting the other two
Bennett,
superstars
nice backflip out of the German suplex, but immediately into the combination of kicks by Nate.
Honestly, sounds more like an in-ring scavenger, Corey, but still a smart strategy nonetheless.
Yamashita trying to get Nate the Great set up.
Takedown.
And there's a nice
Helicopter
maneuver.
spin. This is ridiculous. This is
A
insulting.
little bit disrespectful on the back end of that, but Bennett Hayes.
Little bit.
Respect shown there. Gets out of the way of that one.
I'm pretty sure I saw a little smirk on Bennett's face beforehand.
Most definitely. That's definitely something Bennett would have been up to.
Nice sling blade. And heading to the top rope, calling Yamashita back to his feet.
And slides back into the ring.
Big double axe handle fails Yamashita with a punch to the gut. And, oh, Bennett trying for the Dragon Sleeper, but
I have to wonder if he's going to be a bit pissed off about what just happened there.
now heading outside.
absolutely can't fault him for that.
Okay, so
Oop.
Steven, this is a little bit cheaper than the one that you want. Yours might be a little bit better quality, but this is a little bit cheaper and has been working wonders for me thus far.
Nice German by Yamashita. And Nate calling for something, but I don't think it was that.
I'll also add, it's cheaper on Newegg. It might be more expensive
With it
elsewhere.
already. This is a fight. He'll make his way to the ring.
Front face lock applied. It's about to get more painful. Hung across the top rope. And getting the
Actually looking for
Rope
the
hung
pin off.
suplex.
He puts an end to the pin there.
I mean, it's a smart move. Make Yamashita expend the energy. He does not have infinite energy, especially at his age.
The downside, though, is that if it's
Headed
not
out to ringside
enough,
now. What is
it's
he
potentially giving him more space to breathe.
Nice springboard forearm, but into a chair shot off the dome.
And NTG now going after Hayes, cranking at the head with reckless abandon there.
Got him right where he wants him.
Bennett breaks out himself, but there's his sister Abigail. And we've got
One, but broken up almost immediately by Bennett.
NTG still remembering his days as one half of the great ones there.
Leaning on the turnbuckle. Kick connects. Forget it. You can count to 30 after that.
I think
I
that's
can't
it.
remember the
That
name
must
of
be it.
that move right now.
Count out as he kicks things out of the ring.
However, Bennett
Into the ring again now.
leg is starting to take a lot of damage, and that can
Attack has him
be
floundering.
very, very bad for him as this match progresses. From the top rope, nice elbow drop onto Yamashita, and who is down? He gets to a 2,
Ooh,
but
no.
breaking out at a 2.5. NTG is pissed. Yamashita looking for a roll-up while Bennett Hayes watches.
Still not enough to put him away.
Bennett making Nate spend the energy to kick out.
What's going to happen now?
However, he's a little confused on what he wants to do.
Oh man, he grabbed the kendo stick.
Yamashita got a kendo stick, and NTG is not fast enough to stop that strike from going in.
Ran right into it.
To shift it into another gear. He's making his way to ringside now.
Because I don't know a whole lot about.
Oh, big knee.
Looks like he knew what was coming up. There it is, the Dragon Sleeper. Dragon Sleeper locked in deep. Say goodnight.
Submission is in tight.
Bennett trying to use the Dragon Sleeper outside the ring. NTG does eventually break out of the maneuver, but he cannot find anything more for the time being. Big exchange of counters outside the ring. Yamashita being given plenty of time to rest inside, and a nice little reverse DDT.
He's got that look in his eye. It's go time.
He's headed out to the ringside area. Boom! Good defense from him.
And he now slides back into the ring.
Moves from the ring to the outside.
Oh, right to the kidneys.
Someone just got busted open.
I believe that is going to be Yamashita. Actually, no, it is NTG.
Yamashita kicking Bennett off of him while talking a little smack to the man who calls himself the Great One.
Diamond-plated steel.
Unsurprising for a man like Hayes.
Yeah,
He looks like he's about
However, now it is Yamashita kind of throwing shade at both NTG and Bennett. There is a
nice sling blade.
kick on the back end of that, though.
Oh,
Waiting
electric
for him
ch-
immediately. Yamashita bringing Bennett back up to his feet.
gonna throw in the towel though.
Great jacket, electric chair. Yeah, Machida went for something, but a big
Still
Two
not
big
done.
kicks.
So he is not timing that quite the way he wants it to be.
Nope.
It's been a struggle for these competitors to find an end to this match.
But the struggle's worth it. With every move you make, you hear this capacity. Flying possum! Whoa! Flying possum!
Oh,
Quick count after one. Wow.
He wants this fight on the outside.
Wow, what an arm drag. There's a kick. Returning to the ring now.
I don't know how you can withstand
So,
any more
I'm very distracted by the laptop questions.
Concern after that attack. He has to be so careful now. He can't afford to
I
take
don't
a
know that much about the AMD new processors
So much disdain with each of
versus
these shots.
Intel,
Something about this is starting to feel way
but
more
overall they
personal.
seem roughly equivalent based on what I'm seeing.
This
Bennett
whole
dragging
building is
Nate to his
shaking.
feet.
Matches like this are when it's
Big
all-
brain buster.
He's getting
Not looking for the end though, and back up to his feet is NTG. Nice combination of strikes, but cannot find him with that clothesline.
And here he is heading back into the ring.
Bennett had to know he was just out of range and was smirking at Nate's attempt.
And it may be young, but he has got a lot of ring experience. But there is a big roundhouse kick. And NTG slowly back up to his feet. There's two almost.
Nate with another miss on the springboard into a nice combination by Yamashita.
He's looking for a
Into the
round
pin.
two. There's two.
Two.
And this time it
Three.
is enough. Yamashita will once again
Those three
be
superstars
Melee's
are
number
alive, as you can see right
one
here in these clips.
contender.
I feel like Yamashita heard what we said and was determined to prove us wrong.
I also think that Bennett and NTG going at each other as viciously as they did outside the ring just gave the veteran too much time to recover. He ate a lot of offense early on, but then got a lot of time to breathe.
That he did, and it's always a big mistake to let a veteran like Yamashita hang around.
And all it takes is one roundhouse for him to suddenly be the one in control. It is dangerous to give him any time to be in control of things.
Here is your winner, Hugh Yamashita.
Quite the performance from all three
And
superstars
on
in
a
this match.
mission
You
to
can't get
prove
much
that
better
he
than
is
three men
not
just
as
laying it all on the
exhausted
line tonight.
as his
Surely we'll
age
look at the
would
W, but all three of them
suggest,
just
is the former daimyo, Hu Yamashita. Where was the promos for this one? However, as we prepare for the next match, Blade walks through a dusty alleyway with a sledgehammer over his shoulder as people move away from him. Victor York, a name synonymous with TCWC. But after tonight, no one will remember your name or who you even are. But they will all tremble and know the name Blade. He takes a deep breath. You smell that? That's the smell of pure, unbridled fear. You say you fought the darkness here. I was born in it, forged by it, remade by it, sharpened by it. And I will do whatever it takes to make every single damn promotion in the world respect my name and fear me. And to my lovely girlfriend, I see you broke your opponent's bones and conquered them. Good. Together we will be the bane of every single person alive. Blade swings the sledgehammer at a mule of Victor and destroys it. I think it's relatively clear, without much exposition, who is coming into this match as the face.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that.
Do you think those threats at Victor will get Wolfric on Blade's case, though?
It's a possibility. But is it also... Is Blade going to care, Harold?
It was handled. Blade might not care, but Kurt Outlaw can tell him that Wolfric might be small, but you do not want to be on his wrong side.
That is a very small but angry, violent man. I mean, look what he did to the other commentating bloke that was supposed to be here tonight.
From what I'm hearing,
what?
Wolfric was not responsible for any mishaps involving transportation.
Uh-huh. I believe that. Victor York looking fired up.
If I'm not mistaken, he also had a fairly big match at Infinity, but he did not come out ahead of Sueko for, I believe it is the Prestige Championship over in BPW.
I believe you are correct, sir. Also, I sent you a DM, Harold. Because I don't want to air my business on stream.
I will say one thing, that was fast.
Right?
Like, who cares what the Outlaw thinks? He's just a sad, whiny little man with a small brain.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 255 pounds.
This is definitely a different Blade than we saw last season.
Put your phone away, Corey. What could possibly be wrong with this competitor? They fight too
Blade
hard. They're
is
always on the attack.
definitely a
They're
little
crazy.
bit
Those are all
more
good things.
focused,
You're
in my
crazy.
opinion, than he was all of last year. I like this new focus that he has after leaving the Burpa, as I will eternally call it, the Blade Runners Protection Agency. Or at least, I'm not sure if officially leaving it is the right word as far as much as in all
Killing it?
ways figuratively leaving it behind.
That is very true. This is going to be an interesting matchup, to say the least. Into a bit of chain grappling to start the match is not what I would have expected from these two men.
I'm surprised that Victor's actually the one who got control of them. Now, as a reminder,
And-
these will be fighting as to be the next in line to the Ascendant Championship.
You have to think the Ascendant Championship would do wonders for Blade, especially the match type, the amount of punishment he will be able to put in on somebody. Make him very happy.
I definitely think you make him happy, but as we've seen with Philip, sometimes, despite the fact that you can take a lot of damage, if you get up against someone who's moving faster than you are, it can go south quickly. And Blade is not known for his speed.
That is very true. That is one of the weaker areas of Blade's offense, but showing that he can grapple quite well right now.
Victor finally trying to fight back up to his feet, briefly gets up, but he just gets turned straight into a bit of an arm lock. A lot of pressure onto the shoulder and elbow of York right now.
It's impressive. Nice little arm drag by Blade, showing a bit more of a technical side.
And straight back into it. This is not the kind of fight Victor wants, even if he is currently finding the better side of things.
This is not the kind of matchup I was expecting into a hammerlock. It's not the match I was nice takedown I was expecting from these two men. I was expecting a brawl. Into the pin, 1, 2. Yes, King. Yes, they are.
Being telegraphed. He's looking a little battered now.
Nope, there we go. Blade throwing haymakers now.
In general, thing that I've noticed is that outside of the tag competition, Victor has shown a lot of technical prowess in the ring. Despite the fact that he is more known as a high-flying brawler.
Like being manhandled by a bear.
And now he sees control for the moment.
But he's going like this.
However, Blade goes up to the top and does manage to find a bit of a shoulder tackle slash headbutt. Not sure what was the intention. But either way, both a shoulder and a head made contact.
And he gets delivered back into the ring.
That sounds like a Blade special. Let me hit you with as many body parts at once as I can.
Carefully placed.
And Darren so far in control of things. As I speak, that kick is evaded. And nice combination strikes from York does leave Victor in control.
Wonder if he was going for a Blade bomb, maybe.
To the midsection.
Into a nice suplex powers. That was an interesting Falcon Arrow. Usually they do not go to the knees. Nice backbreaker.
And now headed up to the ropes. Nice headbutt from York there. I think Ralph had
Launching
to be
himself
watching
at
that
the big
one.
man.
Oh, setting him up. Oh, this looks familiar.
Oh,
Using ropes for a momentum.
Nice
big
moonsault.
moonsault.
Hit that with everything.
You called it right.
Blade kicks out at 2.
Even after getting slapped in the face by the official.
I think that may have been why he kicked out, truthfully.
That would not surprise me. That would probably piss him off.
The more pissed off Blade gets, the more dangerous he is. And Victor might be learning that if he cannot put Blade away quickly here. Up from the top. Nice corkscrew moonsault. The axe has fallen, but it is not enough.
You can't count that high, Saxton, but that was one of the closest near falls you'll ever see. Listen, that should have ended things. And look at his
Goes for
face.
that little
Ooh,
headbutt.
another big.
Crucial turnaround there.
Blade kicks him in the face.
He's still hanging
Oh.
on, still in this thing.
Into big carry. And sends him face first into the turnbuckle.
This is just a vulgar display of ruthlessness. My God.
That felt like a lot of work for that maneuver on the part of Blade, in my opinion, but just because
I don't
it's
disagree with
efficient
that.
doesn't mean it's can always be what Blade does.
And he runs into the official.
Able to avoid damage with an evasive maneuver.
Reversed on the Irish whip, now off the ropes goes Blade, and a big clothesline takes him down.
In this match.
Getting deeper and deeper into this match. Really starting to feel the
Nice
pressure.
elbow drop. And now
He's not going to be able to pull this
dragged
off, is he?
up for a nice powerbomb.
That is an impressive show of strength by Victor York. Blade is not a small man by any stretch of the imagination.
This is not where Blade wants to be up against York, though. However, nice DDT gets him on a dodge.
Caught by surprise with the DDT.
Blade showing a bit more of a technical side in this match than I think many people would assume he has. Ooh,
Too much
big
time
forearms.
taken, though. Nice power slam. And York is hyped up, but he's looking for the pin. He's hoping it was enough, but it is still going to require just a little bit more.
Springboard.
Finds a nice sword fall elbow drop. There's 2,
One,
and there
two.
is
that is
3.
it.
He's got the victory.
These superstars put on quite a show. Here's another look.
Victor York saying you may have been sharpened by the darkness, but we ain't in the shadows, mate. There is a whole lot of light here. best to keep the crowd involved throughout the match and does manage to pull it out over Blade. Though I don't know if that is going to be a good career maneuver from you, Victor, here.
Definitely not. Blade is not one to take losses lying down.
I always wonder how much Ralph is watching that headbutt maneuver, though. Going, maybe that's for me.
Would not surprise me if Fresnetti busted that out in his next match. I will be back in a moment.
Not a problem. But a very big win for Victor. If this goes to tournament for the Ascendant Championship, if Quinn does not vacate it in favor of somebody, Victor York will be the end opponent for that title. Blade could very well have a second chance to go for this belt within the next 24 hours if Quinn has not vacated in favor of someone by then. But there is a lot of people waiting in the wings, wondering how things will progress. However, after that victory for Victor, it is going to be the rematch for the Women's Ascendant Championship. It'll be between Danny Fonseca and Francine Nguyen in just a moment. But at least Blade is something York will never be, a world champion. Those are some fighting words. Give me just a moment to get this match arranged. I honestly don't know how I'm going to dethrone him. That is a very good question over for Blade. Blade has been a very dominant champion in AAW. Who can dethrone him is a very, very viable question. Because it's going to take someone with a lot of power to even have anywhere near a chance to be able to cut him down to size. Speed is not going to be enough. Give me a second. Mistakes have been made. It's either power or agility like York just showed, or a combination of both. I don't think you can only beat him with just one type.
Harold. There we go.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I will worry about whatever I desire, sir.
Unacceptable behavior, Mr. Galloway.
I am a creature made of anxiety and nothing else. Worry is all I have.
Wait, did 2K really get rid of Grace's original hair?
Oh no.
What?
That would be unfortunate. Oh wait, I need to pop that back out. There we go.
You need to do no such thing, sir. No such thing.
You don't even know what I was doing.
Your point?
I was trying to get the chat on the screen so I could talk to the people.
You talk to them?
Sometimes. They seem to enjoy it when I do.
Weird. I don't get that reaction.
Right? Oh, shut up. Yes, you do. If you didn't get that reaction, people would not be here.
Fair enough, fair enough. When did accents start? When did we do that?
I don't know. That just kind of happened. Don't ask me, man. I'm just doing things.
What are these accents? I don't know. You don't know. They're just happening.
They're just accents. That's all they are.
Time to see if more clothes imploded.
This should be fun. Yeah, that's fair.
My inner VA is shaking their head.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Women's Heritage Championship.
The WWE Universe on their feet.
It's not the first time we have heard this theme tonight or seen Bennett, but he is not the one in this match here tonight.
This is a big-time opportunity, Byron, as the title will be on the line here.
You're right, Michael. And judging from the response on social media heading into this match, we're likely to see a
Danny
new champ crowned
Fonseca
here
would
tonight.
love nothing more than to regain this Ascendant Championship. She held it consecutively for over 5 months, almost making it to 6. Francine Nguyen saw to the end of the reign. But will it be continued for Nguyen? Can she keep Danny away from the belt?
Bennett flexing with a jacket on is just a hilarious
The
image.
challenger is all business. She's been training harder than ever for
You can't.
this title
I feel like that's half the reason he's flexing. You can't tell he's not. You can't tell what's happening.
It would not surprise me, to be honest.
But really, just like in 1980s country bombshell, I can't do anything about it. Who is this behind Nguyen?
And don't be surprised if history is made here tonight. I know the champ
Oh,
looked good
that is a
tonight, but
surprise.
I still think looked just as good, if not better.
I don't know how.
Francine does not
happy-
seem... She didn't seem surprised.
She doesn't seem surprised that Casey's there. I don't know if she's happy Casey's there.
If she's not, she's doing a good job of hiding it.
You can see here the confidence
Nguyen
of
has
this
been
true
known to
champion.
take the if I ignore a problem, it's not their approach in the past.
I like that the side plates are floating again.
It's not.
Guys, stop doing your weird magic.
It's impressive.
You're not even supposed to be here tonight.
Who are these ladies again? So Casey was hoping to cash in on Danny Fonseca 2 weeks ago and was denied the opportunity.
Ohio, Danielle Fonseca.
She tried to cash in on Nguyen. It did not go well.
And her opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Women's Heritage Champion, the Dragon, Francine Nguyen.
And Casey more or less said that she was going to ensure that Danny
championship
would
right
not
there
be
is what it's
regaining
all
this
about,
belt
gentlemen.
tonight. They are not the Fallen now.
No. The Fallen are my people. They're on Tuesdays.
How would you know if you're dealing with the show or the Fallen? Which day of the week?
Pretty much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pretty much.
we could possibly see the title change.
Which one's
Nice.
associated with
No.
Sky?
Whoa. Don't you think you're putting the cart before the horse, Cole? The champ
Nice.
is the champ.
It's
Kick
been a while since
off
I've been in
by-
chat, but that is very true, King. It has been a while.
That is fair.
What a response. All these
Big
counters,
kick
it's
to
like
the
they're in
gut,
each
and
other's
Danny
minds.
trying to find a bit more offense. Nguyen tried to find some grapple there, but just not to be. However, off the rope she goes in a nice moonsault.
With the moonsault.
Did a lot of moonsaults tonight.
The arm absorbing the damage. She countered that into her
Big
own.
knee drop misses.
Drop kick.
Moonsaults are probably up there with
Mounting.
roll-up pin attempts for TCWC's favorite maneuvers.
I think Rage
You're
took
not
over at that
wrong.
moment. Nothing but blind
Did you know that you could adjust the frequency of those per character?
Rising into
I
a
could, I don't
precarious
I did.
position.
That's fair. Nice kick.
I was mostly worried about
Francine.
kickoff, I turned off outside of the
physical
tunnel.
or the mental component.
Fair enough.
So I could just go, no one gets
This match
these.
is one of the be-all, end-all ways of addressing
Danny
the
calling Francine to her feet.
Take off. Gets the reversal.
Big missile drop kick misses.
Get out of that one.
Nice hurricanrana into mounted punches.
The champion just teed off.
So I have
Our
to
challenger
question,
found
who do
no
you
victory
think
there.
has the better chance of winning this match? The champion or the former champion now challenged?
Likely just trying to sap out some energy with
It's
that cover.
hard to bet against Danny Fonseca, especially in a women's ascendant match. But I think Francine has the momentum of not only beating the long reigning champion, but already having established the reign immediately after.
Yeah, but she's not showing
The hard
any
part
signs
about
of
this
giving up.
for Danny is
Climbing to the top.
either way, if she wins tonight, she will have to fight her again at Blockade.
Nice arm drag.
Wasted no time.
She has to beat Francine 2 times in a row to not have to deal with her anymore.
However, the wing breaker has been locked in outside of the ring.
Trying to muscle her way out. A couple of elbows does the job.
Danny does not tap out to it, but that was cinched in for quite some time.
Whip back into the ring.
Danny back in, does not get caught off the jump. However,
Fires back with a
Big elbow.
off the ropes goes Fonseca. And Drake Fall has landed. Will this be pin number 1? We've got 2, and it will not be.
Somehow, this title is still up for grabs.
First time I've had a late start for a Tuesday morning. That is fair. I appreciate that you actually got some time to be here, King. It's been a while.
It has.
Now Casey
This is
has
a solid
yet to
back and forth
interfere
contest.
in this, which I am a little surprised about.
Driving a knee right to the ribs.
I am too, but maybe she is that confident in Francine's abilities to beat Danny that she just wanted a front row seat.
What a quick answer.
And so front row seat she has gotten, and now it is going to be Nguyen up from the top rope, finding a
Big
nice
moonsault into
Somersault leg
nice leg drop.
Setting in for the challenger.
These are the moments professionals train for. When you are at your breaking point.
And as a reminder, submissions do not get calls here for this bout. However,
Big
nice
450.
again. We've got 1, we've got 2. First fall
3.
to Nguyen.
She wants it one more time.
And now
Oh.
Drake Fall
Standing
immediately
Spanish
following.
fly.
We've got 1, we've got 2, and Nguyen
Wow.
will retain.
These ladies
Absolute domination towards the end of that match by Nguyen.
And I am hearing a taunt from Casey saying, I didn't even have to interfere. If you want me to prevent you from winning, you've at least got to put up a fight.
You know, Danny, hearing that, it has to sting. Wop. Wop.
Nguyen has got to be happy about this result. Why that you came back to Danny losing?
Yeah, Danny lost. It's fine. She got squashed at the end, like back to back.
That's it, back to back big moves at least. Better than Casey
Yeah.
Lee did, which was a big move into a crossbody.
That tracks. Yeah, see, it's okay. See,
Women's Heritage Champion,
A successful
Still not even going for the belt, and there it is.
statement with this defense. She will fight tooth and nail to keep her title.
Francine Nguyen is still your Ascendant champion going into Blockade, and she is going to get a big test in the form of Marcella Jade.
this is going to be an interesting contest.
I think that's going
I
to be
will
the
not
biggest.
be available for commentary on that day, though.
I think that is going to be the biggest test that Nguyen is going to have had so far. Not to try and downplay Danny, but Marcella is a long-term veteran, is a former Ascendant champ, and Danny's got a lot of things going around in her mind right now.
I don't disagree with that, where Marcella has singular focus on regaining her foothold here in the circuit.
And the goodbye from me. What? Wait. So
Oh.
all that Bash deserves is a message saying she has been released and a goodbye from me.
I thought Gwen was just like storming out of chat for a
Same,
second. I
I
was
just
like, wait,
thought
what
it was
happened?
I said I didn't see the message. I saw it, and a goodbye from me. Like, what happened? What did I say?
No, Gwen, get back here. No.
Where is champion news?
I have to commentate your match tomorrow, Gwen. You have to be here at the start of stream.
Where is it? There.
So I could talk during Rena's long entrance. Rena deserves a long entrance. I'm totally unbiased in saying this.
Unbiased as always.
Exactly. Yes, I am unbiased. If I was biased, I would have said PS sucked 17 times during his match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? I only said it twice. And I didn't even say it twice then. I just implied it.
Close enough. Close
I don't
enough.
want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, sir.
You will hear.
Oh shit, are we at the main event already?
We're at the main event, sir.
Wow.
And there are some promos to do. I just need to set this up first.
That went by very quickly.
Tonight went.
I am
very
excited.
quickly.
I am excited for this match. It is always a joy to watch Leo.
I have to wonder if his confidence is at all shaken, though.
You would have to think it is after the beating he took last week.
However, I do believe there are some promos from both of these men before this match begins. Starting out, I believe it is actually Leo Carr speaking first. My man who's got more than just one screw loose. You got lucky last week. You caught me off tempo. I can't deny that bit. But I think you've got this. If you think you got this all in control. But I have a little thing to tell you, Kurt. You don't have your own mind under control. You cry, you can get lucky. But you're not walking to blockade as champion. That Skyline title, it isn't just a title to me. It is a show that all of us from the Revolution Escalation Division can hang with you. And when I get control of this match, you're going to be broken down to an angry wreck staring up at the lights. And you can see Kurt Outlaw standing in the parking lot with his Dodge Ram looking towards the sky with the Skyline Championship in his hand. Leo, back for more here tonight, trying to reclaim the Skyline Championship. You're the size of a ukulele, you little scrawny boy. You won that title in the first place as a fluke. There was no luck to my win. It was pure results of what I've been putting myself through to get to this moment. This title is the world to you. You know what it means to me? It means that I am the top man in this industry. That you are all just beneath me. You're all idiotic freaks. I'll prove that your little rise from the Escalation Division was just what I said. A fluke. No matter what, though, I already know what it takes to defeat you. My chances of defeating you have only gone through the roof. Because I can't even give a percentage. Outlaw slings the title over his shoulder. I'm more than fine with this. I've asked for more competition. If it means a repeat, so be it. Once this is all over... Howard, you claim to be an 18-wheeler, not looking to stop. I'm a goddamn train, smashing into your little puny transport coming to ruin your day. At the end of our match next week, I'm telling the world, send more.
Send more.
And I have to say, I'm afraid Forever wins this match.
I am as well.
Hacksaw Howard is the #1 contender.
That is not a man I would ever want to stand across the ring from.
I'm just happy he's not coup de grace people anymore.
That was just attempted murder.
However, I do apologize. I do have to leave you for a moment, Alistair, as a certain bathroom is calling, and I need to get Jackson away.
That is fine. That is very fair. I will do my best. As I hear the rumbles of thunder outside.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's Zone Championship.
Oh yeah, I am pumped for this guy.
Remember, guys, the title's on the line here in this one.
And I don't remember the last time the champ was in this much jeopardy, Cole. Tonight might just be the night the title changes hands.
Leo Carr, the other half of the Prodigy's tag team, along with Damian Morris, looking to have a better result than Damian did earlier tonight and regain that Skyline Championship that he was so very proud to hold. And if his confidence is shaken by the loss to Kurt Outlaw 2 weeks ago, he is certainly not letting it show in his entrance at the moment. But you have to think that it shook him just a little bit. And Kurt Outlaw is not a man I would want to deal with. Leo Carr, the first member of the Cruiserweight division to kind of make that leap into the main event scene, giving the Cruiserweights in TCWC something to strive for, showing that even the small guys can hang with anyone here.
Things are about to get good.
The man himself, Kurt Outlaw.
Here we go, guys. The championship is on the line here in this one.
Is nothing but a ball of intense rage. And he is more than willing to unleash it on any and everyone who stands in his way. I mean, look at the way this man is built. He's even trimmer now than he was last season before the suspension. I do not envy Leo Carr having to stand across from this man, despite his dubious math skills, which we did not get a taste of tonight, but you know, if Kurt wins this match, he's going to be calling for Wolfric to send him war.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 203 pounds, the natural Leo Carr. And his opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 252 pounds, the men's zone champion, Kurt.
You can see it in the eyes of each individual. Only razor-sharp focus when this much is on the line.
Will Kurt Outlaw be handing that belt to the official for the last time, or will this be the last time Leo Carr gets that close to this championship?
I have to hope for his sake the answer is no. And for quite frankly the sake of the entire division.
Big fight feel. History can be made. Nice takedown.
Kurt, though, is immediately looking for a roll-up.
He's not giving up that easy.
Trying to show off his own speed. That he is not just a powerhouse.
However, unfortunately for Carr, so far this feels like a bit of a repeat in pacing from last week. Kurt is in control at the moment, and Carr needs to find a good series of counters or things you can get away from him very quickly. Nice spine buster, though.
He is stalking, waiting for his moment to attack. All tied up now.
Kurt trying to show off some technical prowess, and is actually getting some torque onto the arm of Carr. Now, long-term strategy-wise, I don't think that's the limit you want to be targeting on Leo. Not something he uses too much in his offense, but
definitely prefer targeting either the legs or the back.
Holding on to a wristlock.
Leo managing to get an advantage on the stronger man, but very short-lived.
not unexpected that this is going to go the way of Outlaw. Leo needs to up the pace of the match.
Big elbows by Leo.
Kurt slow him down, but Kurt continuing to try and get the pace under control. But Carr, no. Big denial out of Kurt.
You have to wonder if Leo's attempting to beat Kurt at his own game and is biting him repeatedly thus far.
Early 2 count in favor of Outlaw, but Leo fights his way up to his feet.
There we go.
Nice, Hurricanrana.
Double springboard Hurricanrana. Leo slowing the pace down again is not what you want to do.
Oh boy, I don't know if you want to make the champ look like a chump.
Especially not when he's trying to eye a point up against Axel Howard in just a few days' time. However, nice
Switch out the
evasion.
back. Into a roll-up. Oh, big show of power by Leo
Rising
Carr.
power out of Carr.
And the champion avoids the 2 count.
I have to wonder how much that just took. To go to better or to finish an entire cake, that is the question. Don't ask the wide man that question.
Standing 450 by Leo Carr. His impressive athleticism sending Kurt towards the barricade.
He's able to pull that off. But Leo,
Oh my.
staying in control as best he can, but the high note is evaded.
Big boot by Kurt sending Leo to the ground. Uh-oh. This is not going to go well for Leo. Powerbomb with reckless abandon by Kurt. Sending Leo into the barricade.
And this is going to be up to an 8 of 15. And Kurt showing, like, kind of taunting him with his own taunt there. Like, you want to break my back? I'm going to do it for you.
Big kick by Leo gets out of whatever Kurt was going for and sends him back into the ring. Leo needs to pick up the pace in this match. Needs to get Kurt to gas himself out.
He is not doing it so far. But maybe that's part of the strategy. He's trying to throw Kurt off the game. Maybe he's thinking the pacing that he tried to bring last week is what failed him.
Impressive suplexes by Leo Carr, showing off strength that I don't think anyone thought he had.
The challenger is going for it.
At least outside of the cruiserweight division.
Kicks out at just
One.
Just kicking out at
Kurt out almost immediately.
Not surprised. Kurt, despite the offense Leo is finding, has been in control of a lot more of this. But that was a nice little sitting neck breaker.
Nice neck snap. And another standing 450 into the pin this time.
There's
1, 2.
He's determined to keep this matchup going.
Champion still finding ways out, but the pace of this is slowly going in favor of the Maestro. And what after Roger's finding a
Nice German. Nice German suplex by Leo. He's dishing out quite a bit of damage to Kurt.
He's refusing to hit the brakes.
And each blow he lands
Nice little
is
hot
giving
shot
him
sends
more
Kurt
energy.
falling to the outside.
What's he have in store?
And that is not where you want to be. Diving senton by Leo.
I thought the slowdown there was going to cost him dearly.
And he
However,
slides him back to the
still
mat.
in control is Carr. Off the top, cannot find that
no.
splash though. And Kurt
Kicks him up, but Leo swipes the legs.
He's not out of it. This could be the
Uh-oh.
He's getting it lined up. Can he land the crescendo? No, he cannot.
Kurt with
But
a
he
nice,
does find the
nice
high note.
It's like Kurt with a nice back body drop, sending Leo tumbling over, but Leo immediately back on the offense with a high note. Kurt back on the offense yet again.
It's on the Irish whip though, and over the top does go the reigning champion. Time title on the line, remaining so, and there is a Nice.
Doesn't have much left in him. It's like we're looking at the
Stun
Walking Dead
down.
here.
Nice shot. I believe you. It's either that or a hot shot, one of the two.
And he exits the ring.
Leo
Watch the count.
deciding to go after Kurt on the outside. Nice leg breaker.
Looking for a high-risk move.
Oh, onto the
First time
barricade.
we've actually seen a leg go up to the barricade so far in TCWC. And the axe handles
Goes for the double axe handle miss. Kurt managed to duck out of the way and send Leo careening into the corner.
Got him.
Uh-oh.
Outrageous power. The military
Dangerous spot to be if you're Leo.
Power driver.
Military press. Body slam.
I feel like you and Michael Coker would get along great. Your self-humor is the same as his.
Uh-oh.
Paralyzer has landed. Is this it for Carr? Is Kurt still the champion?
No.
Not
Disbelief on
yet.
the face of the champion.
Sorry, it looked like Leo's feet were under the bottom rope on that, but Kurt misses the diving elbow.
Nice clothesline. Winding up.
Oh.
The crescendo has landed.
Crescendo.
We've got one. We've got two.
Two. Oh, but Outlaw with the shoulder up. Bottom rope springboard moonsault into the pin.
He's hoping he has him out of
One.
it.
No.
fight left. He's waiting for him to rock.
Targeting the ribs is a smart idea. It will cause Outlaw to gas out even sooner than he normally does. Oh, Kurt going for his own version of the high note, it looked like.
Twice in a row. Does not pay off.
Leo
though.
has that move well scouted. Nice power slam.
But he's been rolled up.
Oh
Is
no.
this over?
1, 2. Oh no.
Be kidding me.
Skyline champion still got to put more work in the challenger.
He's getting fired up
Looking
now,
strong
really
thus
feeding
far,
that
but
fire.
Kurt looking to put a man away in the near future.
Uh-oh. Oh, sends him into the official, and now we're trading blows.
This is
You have to
not
think
an
this-
exchange I think is going to favor the natural.
Just teeing up
I agree. Oh,
Over. This time that
big
knee
knee.
does land. King, at some point I need to tell you the blubber of the North jokes.
nice power slam by Kurt.
to continue the reign.
I think
Into
we're
the in.
going to still have him as Sky. No!
No. Leo
Even
kicks
let me
out.
finish my sentence, Carr. Fair enough, sir. But how in the world?
See the sweat drip out of the
Carr
challenger.
will not die. Double axe handle. Oh, Leo back to his feet already. Sends Outlaw into the corner.
Not a single person in this place is sitting
Ever.
down.
Uh-oh.
Dragged up.
Oh, Leo
Paralyzer was set
manages
up,
to
but
get
it
out.
did not land. And now Leo can still not quite find the momentum he's looking for.
Big shoulders into Leo's midsection, but he blocks the kick. Uh-oh. Leo going for the crescendo yet again. This time it lands.
Is it over? Is Leo once again he is?
3. Leo Carr, a 2-time Skyline champion.
Impressed to see a better match than that. Here's another look.
But is he condemned?
He might be. Hacksaw Howard is a different beast than Kurt Outlaw. But yet again, Leo Carr showing that the cruiserweights can hang with the big boys in TCWC.
Inconsistent power shown by Carr. Kurt put a lot of offense into him, but could neither stop him from actually being able to land consistent power slams and suplexes against him. actually ended up dropping the match entirely.
I have to say, I was fully expecting Kurt Outlaw to walk into this match and walk out as the Skyline champion, but Leo Carr was determined to not die
I
tonight.
was not expecting to have a new champion here tonight. But it appears that the math that was given a percent victory for Kurt Outlaw may have had an overflow error, because victory is not here for Kurt.
Victory instead belongs to the Natural.
He won the match and the
And
championship.
even if for a brief moment, and Damian Morris
Unless you're the one going
take
from
out
champion to
Caleb Ward and Drew Malenko and join Leo Carr as a champion.
You have to think this might give him that little extra boost he needs to come out of that Revolution Gauntlet as the winner.
Now, as
Why
a
do you
woman,
need help?
she always needs help.
That's fair. That is fair. She
However,
does.
Blockade will be on Thursday. While some matches will still have to be determined on what will be occurring for tonight, it was determined through the matches that Carolyn Moore will be the #1 contender to the Skyline Championship. Liam O'Neil secured. Correction, Daniel should not be able to get that. I forgot who won this match, because it was Liam O'Neil who secured the last spot for Melee in the Revolution Gauntlet.
Yes.
Marcy Jade is the Women's Ascendant #1 contender, going up against Francine Nguyen at Blockade. Huya Machida will be going up against whoever wins on Tussle tomorrow. Victor York actually took down Blade and is waiting to see what will end up happening with the Ascendant Championship, to see how his #1 contender spot will be arranged. And Leo Carr is now the men's Skyline champion. However,
Leo Carr has become the title belt
he
itself.
is the title. You just carry around Leo Carr on your shoulders.
Oh, that would be horrible.
You just setting him up for crescendos. That's your entire role as a champion. You just prop him up for crescendos from your shoulders. However,
You just throw him at the opponent.
there is a final promo to begin.
Oh.
Selena Shade is standing in the ring. Skyline Championship secured around her waist. Crowd jeering as she's handed a microphone. Good try, Quinn. Good try. But as always, when it comes to you, you can't handle the experience. You rolled the dice and made it past Jackie. Well done. Well done. But this belt? Just a cut above your weight, I'm afraid. But there is someone I need to speak to. The little griffin who caused enough chaos to get Vang all worked up. Zofia, my dear Zofia, I hear Helen is back on her feet. But was that your grand little comeback plan, Sophia? Really? Coming out here to ringside to try and help Rachel? Is that really the best plan you've got? Your best shot at a little revenge? Surely you can do much better than that. Or have you not been paying attention? You've had 4 months to watch, to observe, to learn. And all of it, Sophia, you were just too distracted. You want someone to dethrone me. You want me to be beaten. And your best idea was to sit at ringside playing the same worked out tricks? I've been wrestling for 16 years, my dear Sophia. You're going to have to do far better than that little scheme if you want me gone. Suddenly, Sophia's music blares as she steps out onto the stage. Selena, you think you can sit up there pretty with that championship? You don't like my scheme? That's fair enough, witch. Cunning has never been my strong suit, and I don't want it to be. You said 2 weeks ago that you earned that belt, that you didn't earn it through tricks. I have my doubts. I think everyone here has their doubts. Yeah, Shade, I want that belt off you because who wants a wasted little sorceress like you as a champion? What who wants a twisted mockery of a woman representing their division? Sophia steps into the ring as they face each other face to face. Selena stares at Sophia for a moment. Who wants me as the face of the division, Sophia? Anyone with half a brain. I'm the villain you all need, because without me, you all just sit here quietly, minding your own business. You're a funny girl, Sophia. You never take the initiative, and that has been your problem since day one. You let Sky control the conversation, you let me give the orders, and you sat and waited. Sophia cuts off Selena. Oh, and that's going to be changing, Selena. I've got Azija, oaths to keep. The time for people like you, scheming, hiring attack dogs, whispering and placing poisons at every turn, it's over. Selena laughs in the face of Griffin. Over, is it? And tell me, little bird, why is that? You think you can take me, my uncaged Griffin? There it is again, Selena. You think you own me. You think you own everything here. Everything in ACW. Everything in AAW. You aren't the one in control anymore. I'm not the one in control, my dear Sophia. Who was the one who came in here to throw a tantrum in front of these people? Oh, you think this is a tantrum? Is this why you never seen people turning on you coming? Like your nephew a year ago? Selena's perpetual smile drops. Brave words, Griffin. Finding your bite, are we? Selena, enjoy all of this while it lasts. I want you at Blockade, and I'm going to make sure it happens. Sophia drops Selena with the Talon spin kick and then looks at the crowd. Selena struggles to start getting up before a Cyclone kick sends her straight back to the ground. You want to play things like a Sith, Darth Shade? Well, the master will always fall to the apprentice. Sophia kicks her in the back of the head before looking back at the crowd, unclipping the belt from Shade's waist. Sophia rolls Selena over, dragging the belt off of her as she does so. Sophia raises the belt in the air before tossing it onto the still recovering Selena and storming out of the ring. And
Sophia finally. Excuse me.
You're good.
Go ahead.
You go. There's another problem with that upgrade.
I was saying Sophia finally finding that spark again that has been missing for the last few months.
And I have to wonder how Carolyn will take this little announcement. As Zofia
Not
is
well.
seems to be trying to take her spot at Blockade.
I can't imagine that goes over well with Carolyn. She's not one to take things lightly.
Maybe she'll find it entertaining. Who
That's a
knows?
possibility. Either that or she'll be really excited and hope it's a triple threat match so she can beat up two people.
That's very true. However, Blade is seen storming backstage as a camera follows him. He stops and grabs the camera. Enough filming, people! Blade tosses the camera to the ground before grabbing the operator and power bombing him through a table and throwing a stage box on top of him. He picks the camera and throws it at the wall, breaking it, causing the feed to freeze and cut out. And that is where we will close things for this episode of Melee.
That was a fantastic episode.
I think Carolyn will either want triple threat or want Selena to get her butt handed to her. Why did Automod not like the word butt? What?
I don't know.
Autobot's a little stubborn.
A little bit. A little bit. Smooth with it. I love Gwen just pops in with the most random shit.
Thank you.
We
for
love
being
you,
here,
Gwen.
Damacons.
It was my pleasure, sir.
And as a reminder,
Very enjoyable.
Mr. Galloway, Damacons, whether you want to call him in character or not, will be taking over for not Melee, but Tussle tomorrow. I will simply be sitting here with the camera off, setting up matches.
Harold gets to be a fan of his own Fed tomorrow night.
And hopefully not get beaten up in another person's debut.
Well, it'll be my honor to call that match, sir. Try to not laugh.
I will try and just keep my mic muted all day.
Fair enough. I will take over reading promos. Just don't get mad if I fuck up the voices.
Wait, with it, I don't get that privilege? What do you mean you don't get that privilege, King?
What privilege? I'm confused.
The privilege of being a fan? Well, what's happening?
I mean, fuck it. I'll call AAW. I don't give a shit.
Damn, look, I need to get all the practice I can get, boys.
Give me all the practice. All of it.
Don't mind me just making you more and more unhinged.
Oh, don't. I was already unhinged. You can ask my roommate. Yes, they have to deal with me DMing.
That sounds dangerous.
Dangerous Prince wasn't just a nickname.
Have a wonderful night, everybody, and I will catch you on the next one. As a reminder, also tomorrow and Blockade on Thursday. Don't do anything too crazy in the meantime, as I like having viewers.
You are all very much wanted here, and much appreciated for being here, for giving Harold and now me a place to spew our inane bullshit.
And I just want a little milestone that you guys helped me reach, that I kind of was flying under the radar for me a bit. Thank you for 100 followers, guys.
Congratulations, Harold.
Appreciate that. I
You
know it
deserve
sounds
it.
stupid a little bit, but it's just I didn't expect this number to get to 50.
And look at you, you have twice as many now. And it is much deserved, sir.
And thank
It is
you
much
guys
deserved.
so much. I appreciate you guys being here, and in case anyone's watching a VOD at some point and wishes to have a Discord link, I'm just gonna grab one real fast.
Make sure it's not set to expire.
Unfortunately, I can't do that until I boost the server more.
Oh, that's dumb.
I only can do the week-long ones for now.
It's so dumb, but fair enough.
The lurking seaside. Have a wonderful night, C. And sorry that I couldn't make it in earlier today. I had a bunch of random things pop up for errands this morning. It was not fun.
I wonder, is it gonna let me post it? It did. For whatever reason, it let me set it to not expire.
What? Okay, then. That's intriguing. Now we got one that doesn't expire.
Yay! Yeah, I just went over to invite people, and your invite link will never expire. Edit invite link. And I clicked it, because it was set to 7 days.
I'm gonna steal that link.
Go for it.
Have a
That is
wonderful
what
night,
it is there
everyone.
for.